I drove field cuts through my neighborhood.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of Fearlessly Authentic. I'm Lucky, your host, with Steve.
What's up?
And we have Elle with us. Elle, can you hear us? Elle, can you hear us? Okay.
The StreamYard is being weird.
I don't know. Well, I guess I'll say hi to people in our chat. How's everybody doing today? Cool, Popeye. Out doing some pictures. That's awesome. That's crazy, Popeye, because public is public. They don't have any right to tell you can't take a picture.
I am here. I was noshing.
Okay.
I made a comment about that. I thought you saw it. I had a quesadilla. That was very yummy with ranch. Ranch is only 30 calories. That's pretty badass. Now I'm drinking water.
Popeye said, one lady who did a bunch of splatter art bitched about me taking a shot. I asked her if the painting was called Taco Tuesday Aftermath. Shut her ass right up. Oh my God. Popeye. Starting problems.
Quesadillas are better than tacos. Do you want to know where my avatar is from?
Hi, Kim. Sure.
I was just like looking at monkeypox on CDC and I saw a bunch of like weird photos and shit on their safer sex and gatherings, social gatherings page. Yes, that exists. I'll put it in the, I'll link to it in the chat for y'all to enjoy. Not enjoy. No, this is not enjoyable. It's not funny either. Anyway, it does exist. There it is. So this is one of the photos at the bottom of that page that talks about raves and shit, because people go to raves all the time, right? How can a person lower the chance of getting monkeypox at places like raves, parties, clubs, and festivals? And this is the picture they used to represent that. That's my avatar.
They're just fucking idiots.
They really are.
They're just fucking idiots. The CDC is completely fucking
fine.
garbage. Like, it's all garbage. It's absolute garbage. Like, I am so fed up with this bullshit. I'm so fed up with, like, you know, like all this fucking, we're still going on about COVID shit. We're into the next thing. And it's just like, I'm done. I am just done. Like, I am like, no more. I can't handle any more of this. How much more can people handle of this? How much cognitive dissonance do they have to continue this shit?
Also, that episode, the last episode that you did on Thursday was so good about cognitive dissonance. I recommend everybody, if you haven't seen it, see it. I listened to it and watched some of it as much as I can without bumping into shit on my walk to the this place called the Waddles Mansion, which is in Hollywood, which is a place where they filmed some things. And one of those things was the movie from 1985 or 84. I'm not really sure. I think it's 84. Ghoulies, which is a cinematic triumph. If you have not seen it, go watch it afterwards because that's 80s cinema at its finest. And they shot the whole thing there. So I wanted to go there today because I found out it was like right in my neighborhood, like down the street. And it was like just past Hollywood Boulevard, which I never go to. So on that side. So I went there and I found this park and structure where shit happens. But like I couldn't go in because it's Sunday. So I was like, I'll go in on a weekday or something and see if I can go in there. And it's a good workout too. Oh my gosh, it was like up a hill and shit. And I hate the hills. Oh, the hills have eyes and they're looking at me strangely. But it is what it is. I once did like, like on the foot kind of like canvassing. I did that for like Greenpeace. Like. But anyway, I did it for Greenpeace once. And it was fucking work. I was like getting $9 an hour or some shit, which is fair because I was doing a lot of walking. Like I got a lot of exercise during that job for a week and a half or ever how long I've had it. And then I met Richard Simmons that time. And then he went missing shortly after I had met him. I'm like, what is it with people? Like I meet and then stuff happens to them. It's really weird.
There's an L conspiracy.
There's a curse.
I'm not meeting you in real life. I'm sorry. We're not. I'm not disappearing.
No, we shouldn't.
Okay.
And then Anne Heche fucking takes the house with her on the way out. Like after I meet her very briefly. And then I met Richard Simmons and he went missing. I'm like, I don't know where he is, but anyway. I don't know how we got there, but we got there somehow. Sort of like the CDC. LOL. Call back.
Yeah, Thursday's episode. That was. Oh, that's
what I was trying to get back to. Oh my gosh, cognitive dissonance. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the cognitive dissonance. It really. That one meme just kind of like that I had found like just summed it up completely. Like I'm just like
Whistles is amazing in it too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the contributions of Lady Alex and Oz Whistles, like it's really some intense stuff.
He got me thinking about a lot of stuff, like empathy, compassion, all of that stuff, and like the different
what empathy and sympathy really mean. Yeah,
that's so interesting. It was some good thought-provoking shit to listen to on a walk.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's very thought-provoking.
Like my podcast. My podcast is also thought-provoking. I'm in good company.
Fredward.
Oh, yeah. The Twitter. Something's going on with the Twitter, guys.
Something is going on. Yeah. Somebody lost like 3,000 followers today. Remember, I was just saying, no. That's like all of their followers. Really? No. They lost 3,000 followers.
The excuse they're using, I'm sure, is they're cleaning up the bots because apparently 90-something% is bots. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I don't think so.
Or 75. I don't know exactly what percentage they said.
Yeah, like I don't agree. I don't think so. I think he got him back though. He got his all of his 3,000 followers back. Somebody on Twitter that lost him. And then they said that because they went to mine and it said that I followed them. I didn't follow them. And then it said I did follow them. Like something is weird happening. And he put up screenshots of it too. Like that, that showed that it said I wasn't. And then I was following him when I was following him the whole time.
Even to like little accounts like mine, it does not make sense. Like make it make sense. Like 1,000 or so followers and above. Like I get like them having shit happen.
Yeah, they took 1,000 away. They took 1,000
need
people away from me in one day. You can't tell me 1,000 people out of the 2,000 people that I have.
For me,
The out of 2,000 people, you're telling me that half of the people are bots? I don't think so. That's not
they're
right.
doing something with their law. I don't know what's going on with the Elon Musk suit, like shit.
And they're
I guess I didn't get
forcing.
into that.
They're forcing people to follow people too. Like this is like TYT. Like that's like at least the
What the
second
fuck?
or the third time that I have
Ew.
been forced followed them. I don't follow them. I've only had Twitter for like 2 years. I don't,
They can't do that to me.
why?
I don't have
You-
enough followers. I don't
Do you
have
have a-
enough people that I follow for them to like make a dent and make me.
No,
like,
but they
what?
force you to follow people that you don't want to follow. They're
That's
they're
what I'm saying.
following
They
them.
can't do that to me because I have so few people that I follow that I would notice it. So they're gonna do it to people who follow more people and then make them follow whatever the fuck else. But they've unfollowed me. Like I know that not that many people, like 6 people in 2 days or some shit, have unfollowed me. That doesn't make sense for me because I don't have enough engagement for that to happen. I'm not popular enough for having that much of a drop off.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that some of those people could I'm very sure that, you know what I mean, like that there's bot accounts, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that like, but
They definitely
there's
follow
no
me,
way
too.
1,000 of
Like,
them were bot accounts. There's no way half of the people following me and I followed them back. You know what I mean? Like it was pretty
That's
even
just what they
keel.
want you to believe. It's another conspiracy from Twitter. Twitter
Mhm.
conspiracy.
Fuck
And it's to
them.
do with that Musk suit too. I just know it's because of the bot thing. Like they're trying to make it out like there's so many bots on Twitter and stuff. Because they don't want people to know that a lot of people are on Twitter and they have different views and they're not all the same.
Yeah,
And
I sometimes get into like I'll find a corner of Twitter, like, you know, what, you know, because they suggest certain people, they push certain narratives that they think are going to be divisive, and I'm like, all right, sometimes I just won't engage. Like I'm just like, no, I'm skipping over that one. I know that they're trying to bait me with here and try to cause conflict, but if I feel like what I'm saying is I've actually been able to mend some people's opinions on things and change their minds on some things, at least understanding that no, that's not what, you know, the left is, or that's not what, you know what I mean, that's a stereotype, and that's, you know, I've actually had some really good interactions with people. You can tell though that some people are just like full on, they're either bots or like they just don't understand like the concept of like what you're saying, and it's like, you know, you just kind of have to like go, like let it go. Like I'm not going to engage with them anymore. But sometimes you actually, I feel like it's probably an actual person that I'm interacting with. You can kind of tell. But you know, some people come around to things a little bit.
Well, another
No.
thing is like they've just I don't know, Twitter I think didn't get rid of him yet, but this dude is online and getting like banned everywhere. And I only heard of him from like mentions by Tim Dillon or something on his podcast, but his name is Andrew Tate. Or not probably him, but somebody, some YouTube person.
Yeah, I heard that
Talk about this
name.
dude.
I feel like I
And
heard
they
that
hate this
name.
guy. They fucking hate this guy. And I don't know why it's just this guy, but it's just this guy that they have to get rid of because he's an unsavory person. Like that's going to be the next thing is like, what was it that they were saying? Like they got rid of him from Instagram and Facebook, which is the same thing, by the way, just same company, Meta.
Yeah, WhatsApp, it's all the same.
They're all the same. So you get removed from one, you're gonna get removed from all. But he was designated a controversial person or something. Like there was a thing that they said, organization, or let me see if I can find that article because I had an article about it. I didn't really want to talk about it, but I was like, since we're talking about Twitter at the moment,
Yeah,
might as well give it a shot.
The censorship is insane. And then I posted on mine today too. You know, there's people that are getting like pointing out that people are getting blocked and then their account is blocked. Like it's really there's no way that this is just, you know, normal like stuff. Like it's just not. I hear it.
Oh, I really don't want to go to BBC, but that's what they're giving me. NBC, okay, I'll go to NBC. That's so much better. I don't fuck with BBC in any capacity because they protected Jimmy Savile for years and years and years, decades.
So here's one. It should be.
Oh, I just wanted to say one thing about him that I was trying to say before, that there was the reason that they said he violated something. They said he violated the company's policies on dangerous organizations and individuals. That's a new one, right? That's all I'm saying. It's like they're coming up with shit. They're just making up shit and being like, yeah, this is a new reason. You're a terrorist. You're whatever. You're a non-person. You don't get to be on our platform. I'll put that in the link. I'll link it into the chat so you guys can see that. I just wanted to express that's the new reasoning that they're going to use to get rid of people. Just dangerous. You're dangerous. Your ideas are dangerous. Your movement is dangerous. Your whatever is dangerous. Your cat is dangerous. Get the fuck away from us.
I'm disruptive.
Ungovernable.
I'm ungovernable. Yes. I put up a picture of Everett and Peaches for everybody to enjoy. Also, this is the cat trying to walk the bird. Okay. Yeah. It happens.
We're working on a.
Yeah, exactly, Wesley. Like, let's see the list of individuals and organizations that we're not supposed to associate ourselves with in accounts.
Whoa, Hannah said, hi, everyone. I just watched Viva and learned that the Canadian government killed 10,000 sick people during COVID to save money, assisted suicide, and now considering doing it to the mentally disabled. Eugenics. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Allegedly.
Fred Word said, I'm not bot. I not bot.
Fred not bot.
I not bot.
There is a link to the Transparency Center that says what these organizations are. And
you know, if you can't trust a place called the Transparency Center, who can you trust? You know?
From Meta, of course, who will bring us into the metaverse. Let's be honest. But it says here, in an effort to I'll just read the first paragraph because it's a lot of information, but I put it in the chat. Okay, I'll just do 2 paragraphs because it's relevant. All right. In an effort to prevent and disrupt real world harm, we do not allow organizations or individuals that proclaim a violent mission or are engaged in violence to have a presence on Facebook. We assess these activities based on their behavior, both online and offline. That feels accurate. Feels like a good way to do it. Most significantly, their ties to violence. Under this policy, we designate individuals, organizations, and networks of people. These designations are divided into 3 tiers that indicate the level of content enforcement, with Tier 1 resulting in the most extensive enforcement because we believe that these entities have the most direct ties to offline harm. So that one focuses on entities that engage in serious offline harms, including organizing or advocating for violence against civilians, repeatedly dehumanizing or advocating for harm against people based on protected characteristics, you know those words, or engaging in systematic criminal operations. Tier 1 entities include terrorist, hate, and criminal organizations. We remove praise, substantive support, and representation of Tier 1 entities, as well as their leaders, founders, or prominent members. Tier 1 includes hate organizations, criminal organizations, including those designated by the United States government as specially designated narcotics, trafficking kingpins, and terrorist organizations, including entities and individuals designated by the United States government as foreign terrorist organizations or specially designated global terrorists. We remove praise, substantive support, and representation of Tier 1 entities, as well as their leaders, founders, or prominent members. We do not allow content that praises, substantively supports, or represents events that Facebook designates as violating violent events, including terrorist attacks, hate events, multiple victim violence, or attempted multiple victim violence, multiple murders, or hate crimes. Nor do we allow praise, substantive support, or representation of the perpetrators of such attacks. We also remove content that praises, substantively supports, or represents ideologies that promote hate, such as Nazism and white supremacy, unless it's in Ukraine, I guess. All right, I'm done. That's crazy. So now we know that exists. Thanks, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of little clips from him, and he's like,
He's very much put into a certain context in the media, from what I have gathered from the articles that I've read about him, from the Wikipedia that brings me to the just like shit bombing, like lib shit. Just like, oh, first thing off, he's a Trump supporter. Daily Beast. Oh my gosh, Daily Beast. I'm so sad for you. So sorry that you had to do an article about another Trump supporter. That must have been so difficult. My gosh. What an embarrassing organization.
John, a whole lot happened with CPI. I've been looking into that, and I can send you some stuff on through DM if you want to know what's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking crazy shit.
But we're not. Yeah, that's a Caleb Maupin controversy. That's a whole nother ball game. Like, I'm not ready to like speak on that. Like, but I've read, statements from the people that were part of CPI, and I've read, like they're dissolving of CPI, and so yeah, I'm
still gotta wait and see really what the fuck is real. Those it's pretty fucking detailed and outrageous what they're accusing him of, and
yeah, we're not gonna.
If those things are true, then holy fuck, yeah. But if it's just your typical fucking.
But you can't just run with whatever
smear
the media
job.
says.
Yeah. It's not. Well, it's not media that's saying it. That's the thing. It's not. There's a whole lot.
The media is getting the information from Romania about the situation and is spreading it as if it's.
No, we're talking about the organization. We're not.
I don't know what you're talking about then.
Yeah, no, we're talking about. Yeah, no, the Caleb Maupin was part of the communist.
Oh, I don't know anything about
party.
That.
Yeah, like it's a different thing. We're not getting into that. Is what I was trying to say. Like, but if you guys want information, I can send you a DM, John, and send you some information.
What's
so
CPI?
You can. It's the communist organization that he's part of. Yeah. Caleb Maupin. Well, he was. It's a whole thing like that's happening with it. Yeah.
Yeah, more than one accuser, and there's a whole bunch of fucking.
I didn't know as much about it, and so. I
don't even follow him. So. I see some of his stuff because Samira retweets.
It's it's the Center for Political Innovation right here. I think it's on the screen. Yeah, but yeah, they're dismantling the whole it was the whole thing. So
I don't even know what it was, so it's probably best.
Yeah, it's complicated from what I can tell. So that's why I'm kind of like not getting into it. I'm not gonna get into that until I have. Yeah, it was like a communist like kind of like think tank and stuff like that. Yeah, the article's on Medium. Yeah, Julie, I read the whole article. Yeah, but we're not. That's I can't. It's really complicated. It's not something I can just like address in a couple lines, a couple sentences. So I'd rather wait and until
I don't even know what the controversy is. It seems there's a controversy with him or something.
Yeah, it's yeah. I'll send you the information later. It's a lot.
If it's gossip, no, thank you. But
no,
if it's like legit, then fine.
Yeah, it's not. We're not covering that though tonight. So
Well, yeah, we don't have time, I don't think, because
No, it's a lot.
it might be involved from what I'm hearing. So there are a lot of accusations about a lot of people. Like, that's why we can't just go with whatever, the internet tells us every time. If I don't know them personally, I don't expect to.
Yeah,
know
there's a troll accounts that are his Twitter is deactivated now. Yeah. But yeah, I can, I can put the information out there. I guess he stepped down from the organization because of the whole thing that happened, and there was all kinds of accusations and things, and a lot of people that came out about it, and I don't know enough about it to really speak on it. So I don't.
Oh,
I
is
don't
this?
I don't feel comfortable really, like,
kind of
I don't feel comfortable really getting into all of that without having enough information.
Is this similar to the Andrew Tate accusations, but not as serious? I'm trying to figure out the levity.
No,
not really sure.
No, this is a different type of thing.
Okay, because it's hard to tell what the hell's going on without knowing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a like a communist like think tank thing.
Okay, so it has nothing, because you're kind of like it seems.
I'm being very vague because I don't know enough about it to really like.
Oh, we had like another charity
and I I've looked through some of the evidence and stuff, but I don't feel comfortable talking about something that I don't know enough about. So, and I don't want to spread any rumors or division by speaking on something and that I
come on, just be confidently wrong about something. Go ahead.
Well,
no.
Hey, that reminds me, we could go to Dr. Fauci next because he started talking again.
Speaking of confidently wrong,
let's do
like
that,
he's
please.
Always right about everything.
Let's
right?
move on.
Speaking of people who know what they're talking about, I don't know how much we can show, but he's speaking on the CDC thing. So to preface this, per this article from CNBC, CDC Director Walensky is going to reorganize the agency after admitting that the pandemic response fell short for the first one, not the second one. Remember, the one that they're getting into now is not the one I'm talking about.
Do you have an article for this?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. I didn't even
put it in the private one, please.
Before. I'm sorry, but I totally fucking forgot.
No, there's nothing in there.
I'll have to put everything in there. I saw it.
Yes,
I still
please,
have it.
because that's how I get all the links.
Well, do this one after because it's going to look out of order. So let me do the Andrew Tate first one, and then the.
So wait, this one here.
So I want you to know that this is out of order. So for your notes, put in your notes. I'll put it out of order. I said this one first, so you'll know to do this one first.
Use this one first, or use this one right now?
No, I put this one first, and then I'll put the NBC article after the one that I put first, which is not going to be first, if that makes sense. So this one first.
What, the CNBC one?
No, CNBC is second. No, third. See, it's very confusing. Okay.
Well, tell me which one is right now. Because you're very confusing. Right now, what article is going on? What?
CNBC, the first one. That's for your notes. I'm putting it for your notes for later. It's in the order. I apologize for the confusion.
I have no idea what the hell is happening right now. So.
Well, that one would be third because the first two is the NBC one and then the transparency one, which we already looked at. So then the third one, damn it, is CNBC, which is the first one that you'll see in the private chat because I did it out of order, and that's on me, and I apologize, but I'm trying to make up for it.
Oh, I hope I have this right. Okay.
It's CNBC, not the NBC.
Yeah, tell that to the dyslexic girl. Tell that to the dyslexic over here. Like, whoa? Yeah. Did I get the right one?
Yes, the first one. Yes.
Okay.
But that one would not be in the order that we're doing it in. That's all I wanted you to know by this one first. This one first is for NBC, which is not clear. And that's on me again. Damn it, Elle. But anyway,
Elle, you're fucking confusing me.
I'll put that.
We can do that at the
Bird.
end. It's okay.
Bird.
So, Drew, I'm not going to make anything up. I'm not going to tell you stories. I'm sorry. I will not.
So anyway, I just wanted to say the key points for this one. I'm not going to read the whole article, but this is just to preface the video with Fauci, which is coming next, thankfully. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky acknowledged the agency's response to the pandemic fell short. She has launched a reorganization to act more swiftly in the face of public health threats. And the organizational changes are focused on sharing data more quickly and making public health guidance easier for people to understand, because they didn't do that before. So they're going to fix it. Don't worry. Believe CDC. They've got
this video.
Oh, let me. Is there? Yeah, play the video for the context. That's good.
Yeah.
So that they can. That's what I wanted to do. I forgot there was a video, but I wanted a video, and they gave me a video without me knowing. So thankful for that.
The CDC mishandled the COVID.
Did you hear that? Okay, I'm going to mute me and play the video.
Pandemic. The CDC mishandled the COVID pandemic. Its messaging was confusing and overwhelming. Time and time again, the agency did not act quickly enough, and now it's in need of a drastic overhaul. And that's the message today from the CDC's own director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky. In a statement, she wrote, "For 75 years, CDC and public health have been preparing for COVID-19. And in our big moment, our performance did not reliably meet expectations. My goal is a new public health action-oriented culture at CDC that emphasizes accountability, collaboration, communication, and timeliness." Just last hour, White House COVID response coordinator Dr. Ashish Jha told NBC's Nightly News that the CDC, without a doubt, fell short.
Let's remind ourselves that Dr. Walensky, the director of the CDC, asked for this review of the CDC. I think that review was very well done. It laid out areas where the CDC needs to improve. And the bottom line is that she's committed to making those changes. And I think that's really important. Our government agencies weren't designed to manage a once-in-a-century crisis like this. And I think while many of them performed admirably, there is no question in my mind that these agencies could have done better.
In pretty broad terms, Dr. Walensky laid out a plan to improve the agency. She says it needs to start prioritizing public health instead of focusing so much time on publishing academic papers. She didn't give many specifics, but the CDC director did acknowledge that leadership changes are coming.
Changes are coming, Al.
Huh?
I said changes are coming, Al.
Oh no, not Stephen Miller. No.
What?
No, he has the cove. We can't have him. We can't lose him. We can't have him. We can't lose him. Please don't take Stephen Miller from us. Can you see it?
Can I see it? What? Is it on the thing?
Yeah, it says Stephen Miller.
I don't.
I love how we get to know everybody's.
Oh, they're on the screen. I didn't know where you were. Like, I'm like looking at all like the different like little like the trending now. I'm like, where the hell is she seeing this? Oh, yeah, but what is that from?
I love that we get to know everybody's personal
another
medical
positive
information.
COVID test.
We don't need to
in
hear
the
it.
West
It's
Wing.
fine.
I know, but I'm just wondering, is it current? Is this a current thing like that just happened?
I
Like,
would
why do we
imagine,
care about everyone's medical information?
But again, it's just none of my goddamn business. Like, I do not care about Stephen Miller's positive result, which may or may not have been a false positive.
Yeah,
The information that we've been
we
given.
don't know. We have no way of verifying that.
Is he coughing? Does he have a sore throat? These are the things I would want to know if I were around him. But he is nowhere near me, so I don't care. If I were around him, I would care. I'd be like, maybe I should give a shit that somebody around me has it and maybe I don't want to get it. That would make sense. But since I don't work with him and I never see him in my day-to-day life, I really don't give a shit that he may or may
Miguel.
not have the thing.
I know you're shocked, Miguel. Brace yourself, okay? He said the CDC mishandled the COVID pandemic. You don't say.
The best thing about this Fauci interview is that it's with Andrea Mitchell, my favorite person in all of mainstream media.
Did she just say she likes Fauci out of all the people in mainstream media?
No, she said Andrea Mitchell.
Andrea
her
Mitchell.
favorite anchor.
My bad.
Very facetiously, as she does.
Yes, we
She
did
also
already know
refers
that,
to
Jared.
herself as in the third person.
I was also.
Because that's how she does. She's just a weird person.
They say
But
that.
here she is.
They say that if you talk about yourself in the third person, that means you're like fucking wacky as shit.
No,
If-
no, it means that you're trying to self-soothe or something
You're
like
s-
that.
yeah, it affords you some sort of self-soothe opportunity
Yeah.
where you can distance yourself from yourself.
She's not disconnected from anything. She's not doing it because of that.
Yeah, I'm not a psychologist, just saying.
I don't claim to have any idea what the fuck.
She
I'm
does
talking
it for
about.
humor purposes and nothing more.
Comedic value only, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever the hell she
Shout
is,
out to Rob Juno.
Rob.
brother Rob, from the land.
Shout
up-
out to everyone in the chat. We love all
North.
y'all.
Yes.
Every single one. We're blessed with your presence. And we are very thankful.
Uncle Rob Juno got that northern exposure.
I loved that show, by the way. My God.
Fantastic show. Also,
I was a child when I watched it. I would probably love it even more now.
Yeah.
I was a child when I watched Friends as well.
so I was trying to explain while you guys were talking all about that stuff that I was asking Jilly Love because she's kind of got one of them green thumbs, like some of these ladies, some of these fellas too got that green thumb, and I'm like, anybody grow any of those auto flowers? Because it's
What
like
condition is that?
the auto flower is like a thing that it's like a hemp plant from like Russia, that they crossed with all the like the really stinky, beautiful California varieties and Dutch varieties of cannabis. And they made these little tiny plants that they'll grow right in your fucking living room. If you shine a light on them, they don't give a fuck. They'll grow all the way to completion. Whereas most cannabis plants, they have to have like 12 hours of darkness and 12 hours of light to trick it into going into flower cycle. And these don't do it. They don't care. They're just like, whatever, fucking, it's day 60, bitch. I'm fucking growing buds now. And it doesn't care, it just does it. So I was just wondering if anybody had experience with them, because it's really it's intriguing to me.
Because that has to do with the CDC right now.
Well, loosely. In so much as,
This is how Steve's
there are
brain
potheads
works.
in the CDC, and they might have more information on autoflower cannabis strains and varieties.
Cannabis is public
and
health related.
the medical benefits of them.
It is public health related. And then Kate said she never received a notification and she subbed and belled.
What the hell?
That's some bullshit.
That's some straight up
Susan
malarkey.
hates us.
What do you call it? Malarkey?
Yeah,
Biden era, it's malarkey.
We're not Susan's best friends.
we're not. No,
Clearly.
she is
Unfortunately.
allergic to the truth. It makes her break out, and like she has to like do things and like
It messes with
go
her
on
money.
her
and she's mad at
YouTube
that.
and do things.
We love you too, Rob Juno. And your big heart. You're a fucking awesome dude, man.
She loves
I love
money.
I love the way that Rob Juno is like a good spirit that goes to the independent content creating people of the world, and like he like spreads his good vibes and good love to people. And that's fucking cool shit. So thank you for doing
Oh, by the way,
Choose
sorry
you-
I missed
choose
the
you.
girls on my last night.
Tuesday.
That's okay.
Tuesday said he referred to himself in the third person 2 times in 2 days. But he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I do it on purpose, like wittingly. It's not a thing that just happens.
It's not a psychological
what is
disconnect.
happening?
It's when it's
well, but that's off. That's a whole nother Steve. That's a whole nother.
Why am I being scolded now?
You're not being scolded. I'm just like, we're totally going off a topic from.
Let's get back to Fauci.
The thing that I have on the screen right now. We're going.
Oh no,
off.
we're done with that article because I just wanted to read the key points on that one.
Oh.
Then they explained it in the video, so there's no real point in reading the article. I like when they do that though. It saves me a lot of time of reading. Yeah. They say everything in the video, so we have the background.
Which one is next?
So, Fauci one, the last one that I put in, 41 seconds in. It says in the beginning.
Okay.
That's where we start, because he gets asked about the CDC by wonderful Andrea Mitchell, who should not retire ever. Just keep doing what you're doing. Doing a great job, Andrea.
Keep shining. Keep shining.
Keep it shining.
Shine on, bright diamond.
That's right.
I don't think I've ever heard that song.
I can remember that song
Crazy
really
Diamond.
vividly.
Shine on, Crazy Diamond. My God.
Shine on, you crazy diamond. That's a whole nother diamond song.
Crazy Diamond.
The other one you had was like a modern
yes, Baba.
dance
we
song
are
kinda,
no editing.
We are in southeastern Connecticut.
I'm in Southern California, so we're in the South.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Cool.
I'm in the.
Y'all, this bird
Of
is
our
insane.
region.
You got a taste for blood last night. You missed it, El.
I saw it.
Oh, you did. He
was
took
going
out his
crazy.
revenge. I'm going to
Just could not stop.
I'm going to edit a thing together so people can see the carnage.
Yeah, I watched Ghoulies yesterday. It was worth it. I love that movie. And the toilet scene, I was so ready for it. If you've seen the poster, you know what I'm talking about. You better show me the toilet in the movie.
Oh yeah, let me get this thing up here on the screen.
Speaking of toilets, let's look at Fauci.
Yeah.
Circling back to Fauci.
Circling back. All right.
Circle
He
back.
looks like he's on the toilet right now.
Ew.
Anthony.
All right, I gotta mute it.
Anthony, you on the potty?
Ew.
I have no idea what he's gonna say. I just saw like a clip of this from Wittgenstein, and then we're back to life, and thought we could focus on this part. So I don't know what the fuck he's gonna say. So let's see. It's gonna be fucked up though.
Dr. Fauci, thank you so much for being with us.
Good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
Well, I want to ask you first about a sister agency, the CDC. I know you're loath to criticize other agencies, but they have been so self-critical. Dr. Walensky, in an extraordinary statement, a scathing report that she herself commissioned, saying that from top to bottom, there are really major changes. Is the agency up to those kinds of changes?
I believe so, and I think they should be commended in the fact, particularly Dr. Walensky, realizing and recognizing the shortcomings that have been there for quite a long time, long antedating Dr. Walensky's tenure. And I think it was the stress and the challenge of a historic pandemic that brought some of those deficiencies into sharp relief. So I believe we should commend them for realizing that, particularly Dr. Walensky. There are very, very good people at the CDC. There was an issue with the culture of how they approach their responsibility as a public health agency that I think has now been recognized. So I'm actually optimistic that given the fact that the problems have now been recognized, that there's a pathway to making a very good organization much better.
You know, and during the Trump years, to be perfectly honest, a lot of us saw the shortcomings in the CDC, but we thought it was because of political interference, and there was political interference certainly in the press operations. We saw that between the White House and the CDC. But that seems to have been a separate issue, that there really was an underlying cultural bureaucratic problem, right. Correct?
That is absolutely correct, Andrea. It is a fact. It's a painful fact. The good news is that they recognize it, and you're not going to fix something unless you own it. And as Dr. Walensky clearly stated, they made some mistakes. They've got to own it, and the only way to correct it is to realize that you have an issue, somewhat of a deep-seated cultural issue that they recognize and they will correct. So I'm quite optimistic that my colleagues and friends down at the CDC are going to be able to regroup and handle this.
The CDC now is saying that it does not have the authority to shift its funding to tackle public threats. That seems to require legislative action. And if so, right. In this climate of a divided House and Senate, and who knows what's going to happen next after the election, how important is it for them to get that authority?
Well, they listed, Andrea, a number of authorities, transactional authorities that they would need to be able to respond in a more fluid, expeditious manner when they get challenged with an outbreak. So I do hope that the Congress is responsive to their needs. I would hope so, because it would be important for us, not only for a continuity of our response against the current challenges, but also the inevitability that we'll have future pandemics. So what they're asking for is quite reasonable, and I hope that they get it.
Dr. Fauci, let's talk about COVID, because we're expecting in a couple of weeks that this booster for the Omicron subvariant is going to be available. First of all, is it in time? Because this subvariant just went viral a couple of months ago. And by the time this booster is available, will there be another mutation that we have to worry about?
Well, we certainly still have a considerable problem, Andrew, with BA.5. So the idea of in the next few weeks, as we get into the early part and middle part of September, to have an updated BA.5 bivalent variant booster available for people, I think is a very good thing. Even if there are some changes, I mean, unless we get a completely different variant, which would be very unfortunate and probably unlikely that would happen, but nonetheless still possible. If we get a minor variation of the BA.5, getting a BA.5 specific booster would likely cover it to a considerable degree. So I think it's a very positive step in the right direction to make an updated booster being as closely matched as we possibly can to what is circulating and what might be circulating in the fall.
What the fuck moment.
Will there be enough of these boosters to go around? Will they be easily available at drugstores? Have we fixed the distribution problem?
Yeah, I mean, actually, right from the beginning of the administration, we really didn't have much of a distribution problem. That was fixed pretty quickly. We have a problem of people wanting to get vaccinated, Andrea, much more so than people who want to get vaccinated who don't have access to it. So what we need to do is we need to get people to appreciate the importance of not only getting vaccinated, but by keeping their boosters up to date, because the data that show the difference in severity of disease between the unvaccinated and the unvaccinated and vaccinated with boost is dramatically different. So that's what we need to do. It's not a question of accessibility. It's a question of getting people to be vaccinated with vaccines that are available.
And that's the message that you have to get out, isn't it? That there is such a difference in the degree of illness, because so many people did get COVID because of this Omicron subvariant, this BA.5. And so they said, well, I'm fully vaccinated, I'm double boosted, how could I get it? You know, and then some people take Paxlovid and then get a bounce back, as the president did. So people began to feel, well, maybe these vaccines are not that important. But what you're pointing out is so important that they are not going to the hospital.
Well, I mean, if you look at the difference in hospitalization and death between unvaccinated and vaccinated, the curves, even for people, Andrea, who are not used to looking at these curves, are so obvious that the deaths and hospitalizations look like this for the unvaccinated and look like this for the vaccinated and boosted. So the data are overwhelmingly clear.
Dr. Fauci, let's talk about polio, because when I grew up and the Salk vaccine was first coming out, this was considered, the absolute most important thing. As kids, we lined up to get it eagerly. My father had polio. We lived with that all our lives. He certainly did. How could polio be reoccurring in our country in 2022? And how concerned?
Well, what we need to understand is that the polio that we saw in this individual in Rockland County who had paralytic polio is a vaccine-related polio. And let me explain what I mean.
What does that
is that the original Sabin vaccine, which is a live attenuated vaccine.
Wait, what? What was that? Did he just say that?
Said, yeah, you can get a vaccine for polio and it gives you polio,
Oh, wait, the vaccine-related polio. Wait, but why? What?
Like an officer-related shooting. What is it called? Like an
officer-involved shooting?
Officer-involved shooting. Like they're involved in an officer who discharged their weapon and killed someone, allegedly.
They're still trying to play that this vaccination is making the COVID one. They're still trying to say, according to the CDC, it's safe and effective, and apparently you stay out of the hospital if you get it. That's what they're protecting you against, is the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
All that you won't catch it bullshit is bullshit.
Yeah, no, they're like, no, you can be however many. The whole language around this is so weird to me. Like, it's like, oh, you can be vaccinated and double boosted. So how many does that mean that you've had? Like, what does that mean?
We just need a triple boost. That's what he's going to say. He's like, well, once we get that last shot in you, that's going to be variant related.
No, it's forever. They want you to have these forever.
No,
we have to be careful. We have to be careful.
Like the BA variant, like he was talking about the variant specific one. Like that's the one that'll do it. Like it's going to be the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, whatever they want. Just keep.
Well, you know why? Because they're safe and effective.
Very, very safe. The safest and effective drug.
The safest drug in all safest and most effective of all the safe and effective things that they make.
Mm-hmm.
They're just more and more safe and effectiveness. That's what they're doing.
What do we have to do about the polio, Fauci? Tell us what we need to do.
Because they've handled this so well. Okay, let's mute and play.
What is your idea, Fauci?
Has in it multiple different types of the polio. One is a type 2, which is a virus that when you vaccinate someone with a live attenuated vaccine, it can be excreted in the feces and get out into the environment, and it could revert to a more pathogenic form. So what happened with this individual is that they likely got infected from someone who had a vaccine-related polio. Now, the vaccines that we have been giving in this country over the last several years has been not the live attenuated, but the killed or Salk vaccine, which has no chance of getting transmitted as a vaccine-related polio. The solution to the problem, Andrea, is to get everyone who is not up to date on vaccinations, particularly children, to get them vaccinated, because the protection against polio of the Salk vaccine is about 99%. So you ask me if I'm worried about it. I'm only worried about it to the extent that people are not vaccinating their children. There are some areas, particularly in Rockland County, where only about 60% of the children have been vaccinated. And in some areas in that county, as low as 37% of the children have been vaccinated. So if you want to put a dead stop to polio in this country, then just get everybody vaccinated who needs to be vaccinated, and it would be the end of it.
And monkeypox. Now you've got the sole manufacturer.
The way she just moves,
throughout
the way she
world
just moves on from there, and we don't need to get into
objecting to the way the US
monkeypox. You can
stretched
just
the vaccine.
end it there. That was the main point. But like, dude, like the way she just goes on, she's just like, "Yep, that made sense to me. My money is secure," allegedly. Like, nope, we don't have to go further into that topic. I'm satisfied with that answer. That's circular logic.
So there's
So
no
it makes
questions. There was no pushback on anything. Like just, yes, I accept you. I accept what you say.
Well, we got to talk about this next thing. At least 2
I like
minutes of
that.
monkeypox.
Are you vaccinating me? I am the great polio.
Allegedly.
Beavis. I love Beavis.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. That's crazy.
It's
These people are.
had polio.
They think we're morons. There's excess moronity. Excess moronness. What is a moron? Plural. Morons. Like moron things. Like a thing that has morons in it.
Morando.
A class of morons.
Just add ANDO if you're unsure. Whenever that happens.
What there should be like a moronity because there's so many morons. We need to have them in a class altogether.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, moronity, that would just be like all encompassing all the humans, right? That are morons would be the great moronity.
I guess we could say insanity. There's so much excess insanity.
That too.
in the US.
You are not wrong.
Yeah, we have an abundance.
She
No, I
is
know
not
moronic, but I'm talking about like a T thing, like Alex, like a bunch of it, like mortality.
Like extra.
Yes, there's not allowed to be any mention of that at all. We're
I
not
miss-
going to say it out loud because
We are all mortal. We are mere mortals, all of us.
Cut them boys whacking in my shed. Yeah, I miss King of the Hill. You know, the dang old man. I'm gonna get 16 channels of porn, man.
We will get to monkeypox later, but it's not a super safe topic here.
yeah, that was already really probably shouldn't have been doing that here.
Yeah, that was problematic in itself.
Like that was really
I knew it was going to be trouble.
no. They just nuked Ricky Rant's channel,
Oh, yeah.
so we have to be careful. They are not done with the amount of censorship and everything else that's happening. We are not out of the freaking dark with that.
I knew when.
Well,
when
that's the Fauci news. That's all the Fauci we're going to get into.
What-
Now we get into student debt because that's something that's real and happening, and they're not doing anything about.
Yeah, we need to not talk about the other stuff on here, not on YouTube.
I knew. I'm sorry when Anthony Fauci said you could catch polio from pooping. I knew we were in trouble. I knew we were going to have to be very clear.
Well,
about
that's
our
why they're
position.
obsessed with the wastewater of everybody. They're testing the wastewater for everybody everywhere. It's really kind of creepy.
How'd you get polio? Well, I was playing.
Oh,
with
and I
poop.
have a story
Oh my
about
God.
that too. Oh my gosh.
Holy.
I totally forgot. That's wastewater related. Like, what the fuck?
I have a
don't know where I
wastewater
put it.
story also.
You guys got.
Okay, we'll do it at the same time later on. Oh my gosh, that's so much better than the WEF thing I was going to do. Oh my gosh, let me get it.
Tony Fauci would be so proud of you guys right now.
Why? I don't want him to be proud of me.
He would give you both polio just for the work you put in, just for the effort. Like poop polio, because there's different kinds, right? Type
There
2
it is.
the poop
Found it.
kind. That was what I call.
Okay, Steve, enough of that.
I'm,
I don't want to talk about the waste of. Oh God, that's so gross.
Yeah, you're about to talk about wastewater.
I know. I don't want to talk about it. Ugh.
Let's talk
We have to be
about
careful.
that.
I'm gonna put the Rumble and the Odyssey links into the YouTube chat. That's what I was
Oh,
getting at.
maybe I should do that. I may have shared this in our group chat, and that's why I can't find it. Ew. Perfect.
Ugh. All right, so you have something on student debt.
Yeah, I have a video from the Yahoo, but not much of it. Let me see the most important part. I guess the end is the most important part. So 6 minutes. Let me see what it looks like. Hold on a second.
Oh my gosh, you guys and your poop jokes. So gross.
It's about 6 minutes into this one, so it'll be the last 2 minutes or so. And we can comment on top of it too. So this is the student loan crisis that we're in. The pause was until August 31st, 2022, extended
What time?
in April, I believe, of this year. 6 minutes in, the 6 minute mark. This woman comes on Yahoo Finance, and they talk to her about it. And she's like a former FDIC chair. And she says the borrowers aren't ready to resume payments, and says why and all this stuff, and talks about the history, and then does a whole big speech. It's actually a pretty decent video. It's not super boring, but I'll put it in the chat for you guys too. But 6 minutes in, you'll get the gist of what she's trying to say.
Now she looks like she's going to talk about poop. Like, look at it. She's in front of all these kids' books.
Dude, I think she wrote those or something. Like, she's like totally doing promo. I thought that was hilarious. I thought you were going to pick up on that soon. like immediately.
What type of
this dude.
chain reaction does that cause for lenders?
So I think, well, look, the taxpayers are the lenders on the federal student debt. So look, the longer you wait, not only is it harder for student borrowers to start repaying, but the debt's getting bigger because they're still making loans, but the vast majority of borrowers aren't repaying anymore. So, we're digging ourselves deeper into a fiscal hole the longer this goes on. So I want them to restart. They should have done this a long time ago, but the lack of providing these borrowers clarity about what's going on, they're not prepared now. So to not pause again, I actually think would be a mistake. But my gosh, make some decisions and be definitive, and then get the servicers out there, getting as many students as you can into income-driven repayment if they can't afford the 10-year option, and be done with it. It's not, I think there's this whole debate about whether this is going to exacerbate inflation, debt cancellation. I don't think that's the case. I think, that you're going to have some depression of consumer, some negative impact on consumer spending capability once these borrowers have to start making loan payments again, which in these inflationary times may not be a bad thing. So, I think any level of debt cancellation, if it's just 10,000, is going to be far outweighed by that. So I wouldn't worry about the macroeconomic impact. This really is about what's best, what's good public policy, what's good for borrowers and taxpayers. And at this point, I think he's got to extend the payment pause. But if you do keep debt cancellation, you've got to do some reforms. In any event, we need some serious fundamental reforms of this program.
Yeah, I think a lot of people agree on that, how to do it, and whether it's actually going to happen. As they have, they remain questioned. Sheila Bear.
So this is from August 19th, to give you a timeline. And then today, actually, on Meet the Press, which we're not going to watch a lot of because I know they're probably going to be a total dick and shit.
They will come. They will come at me for that.
It's just one little comment, and it's at 36:35 for 36:32 for the comment by the Education Secretary Cardona, Miguel Cardona, I think is his name. Wait, is that the same thing? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. So this is from today, this morning, and he's speaking on there with Chuck, and Chuck asked him about the student loan thing after grilling him a lot about teachers and shit. I was just like, damn, shut about the teachers.
Did you send it?
I did, yeah. It's right there. Is his name Secretary?
All right, that one came up as the same one.
See, I don't know, because it looks different. No, it should be right after the last one. BS or no, B8 at the end.
I found it. What was the timestamp?
36:32 for that one. And it's very quick because they just don't even want to talk about it, to be honest. They're just like, oh, we'll tell you next week or whatever. It's really weird how they're being.
All right.
I think it's less than a minute, but let's see. Do you got it?
Was that all of it? It won't be nothing.
We didn't hear anything. I don't know if you were playing it.
Oh, it wasn't on the screen. Okay.
I was like so confused. I was like, what's going on?
Oh, I just forgot to put it on.
But now you heard it.
Yeah, they're idiots. Okay, let me mute us.
Encouraging the use of the American Rescue Plan dollars to offset some of those costs. That's a great way to incentivize teachers. But we're also saying, why don't we take our para-educators and give them some college credits paid for by the American Rescue Plan dollars to address the issue? They've proven that they want to be in those schools, in those communities. Let's incentivize them going into the profession using the American Rescue Plan dollars. And although Representative Barr didn't vote for the American Rescue Plan, we know his community can benefit from it too.
I got to ask you before you go, we're 10 days away from the most recent moratorium on student debt to expire.
Yes.
Should we expect another temporary extension, or is a permanent fix coming?
You know, from day one, we've been really focused on making sure we're protecting our students and our borrowers. $32 billion in debt forgiveness from day one. We know August 31st is a date that many people are waiting to hear something from. We've been talking daily about this, and I can tell you that American people will hear within the next week or so.
It won't be nothing.
And the Department of
Is it fair to say it won't be nothing
around that?
Love this part.
Well, I don't have any news to announce today, Chuck, but I will tell you the American people will hear directly from us because we recognize.
I'm feeling great about it.
All right. Secretary Cardona, the Secretary of Education.
That's it. That's the whole they got.
Sharing your perspective.
That's all that it amounted to on MSNBC.
Great to be with you. Thank you.
I mean, sorry, NBC. Yeah. They're the same to me. Same network.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. We can't tell you anything. People are watching this date, and but we're really looking out for them. We are looking out for them, and we can't tell you anything.
They care. They super care.
Yeah. That's fucking ridiculous.
In other news, they did pass the fucking bill, the Inflation Reduction Act, into law. So I wanted to look at that as well for the normie side of the YouTube version of the show. And get into what that means for us specifically. Like, oh shit, it's so much harder to read on my screen. Why is it so harder on the desktop when it's so easier like on mobile? I'll have to like do a zoom in for this thing. Oh my gosh.
All right, can you put it in the chat thing so I can pull it up?
I got the congress.gov link here.
Oh my gosh.
I did want to say,
Mouse said that Biden is so FDR that we're getting polio again.
What?
Mouse?
What?
We're getting polio again. He's so FDR.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. You said it. Okay. Here's the roll call. If anyone wants to know who voted what for this stupid bill, I will put it. And you can put it in your little links too. So I'll put it in the private chat. But I have to do that one first. Hold on. I'm a little out of order. Okay. Congress.gov first, and then that one for your eyes only. Then we'll do that one. Where's that?
All right. Oh, so some people are going. Okay, Alex is over on Rumble. Some people are going on other sites too. Yeah,
never a bad choice.
Please subscribe to us on these other ones, and we will be going probably off of YouTube. We usually have to. So here is the link again to the Rumble, and I'm gonna get you the Odyssey link,
thanks.
whatever you prefer.
Could I get an Odyssey one because I don't have that on my bookmarks.
There's an Odyssey one.
Lazy bitch. That's me. I'm a lazy bitch, not you.
You guys hear this? You guys hear this abuse? She's calling me a lazy bitch.
I call myself a lazy bitch. Lazy bitch. Reminds me of that song, Crazy Bitch. Oh, there we are. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm glad you put all this in the title so I don't forget everything.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, thank you for Steve for making our thumbnails always for the show.
Yes, you were on it like so quickly, like done. Nope, that's not the one. Damn it. Oh, it's over here, dummy. God damn it. I gotta turn it on mute. There we are. Hey, how y'all doing? Shut up. Okay. All right, that's muted. Back to the show. All right, so I put in the link. What the fuck am I saying? The congress.gov is the first link that we're going to actually look at. And then the clerk.house.gov is for other people to look at in their own time because it's just the roll call for the vote on the bill, which passed the Senate and the House, which is why we're talking about it.
Motherfuckers. So
congress.gov, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's look at this motherfucking document. It's a doozy.
HR 5376, Inflation Reduction Act of 2022.
Passed on August, was it 7th? I don't remember. It's been a minute. Yeah, August 7th, passed Senate. Come on. All right, let me get into the nitty gritty here.
Oh, yes. Before we, I just want to answer a question. Yes, YouTube got rid of Ricky Rant's channel. He's gonna be coming on and doing shows with us though. Soon.
Good.
He's like, because somebody was asking him on Twitter actually, like, oh well, when are you going to do another show? And he was like, I got canceled. I'm like, why didn't you text me and tell me? We could have done a show, Ricky. Come on now. So we're gonna do one. He's working a lot right now, but yeah, we're gonna be doing some shows. So That's fucking. It sucks. It sucks.
Mouse just got to do stuff. So have fun doing your stuff and come back when you can and replay on the Rumble and the Odyssey, please. Thank you. Appreciate it. So you might have heard of this act that was signed into law, Inflation Reduction Act. They talk about it on every news show. And it's going to help the environment. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. It's going to help our deficit. No.
It's like magic or something. Like they think that they wrote like this magical bill.
Wait until you hear how bad it is. It's even worse than you.
Not yet.
Well,
Kim,
it's
we're
not
gonna
worse
get in
than
there.
WEF though. WEF is worse. WEF stuff. It's not WEF. It's not as bad as it could be, thankfully. But I think CARES Act did a lot of stuff deep inside that law that people didn't really know in the contact tracing and stuff. Like there's a lot of weird shit in that one too. Oh, and I wanted to get into the DMV thing later, but we'll get to
Oh,
it.
Steve said he thought that Clinton was Magic Bill.
Oh, okay. Well, for some people, magically they disappear around the Clintons, allegedly. So
Yeah, fuck proper like fucking polite society anymore, right, Kami John? I'm there. I'm fucking there. So done.
So let me just, give you the rundown of what is in this bill that will affect you and your people in the 117th Congress, the most accomplished Congress we've ever had. Just kidding.
Accomplished
Anyway.
in helping not
Themselves.
ordinary people.
Allegedly. Okay, so Title I is Committee on Finance, and I'll just go through all this stuff. Subtitle A, Deficit Reduction. Part 1, Corporate Tax Reform. They keep saying, oh my gosh, the corporate tax thing, they're going after the 99, not the 99%, but like the people at the top, and everything, and they're going to go after them and they're going to make them pay more in taxes and everything. Here's what's happening. This bill imposes an alternative minimum tax of 15% of the average annual adjusted financial statement income of domestic corporations, excluding subchapter S corporations. And if you don't know what an S corporation is, well, luckily I have a link for that. So I'll put it in the chat. And we can look at it if you want as well.
Put it in
just to
both.
get a read on it.
So I have it for later for show notes.
For sure. From Investopedia, which is what came up when I looked it up. But we can look at it real quick because we want to get an idea of what the hell that means. So I will tell you what it is. Okay, so what is an S corporation? An S corporation or S corp, also known as an S subchapter, refers to a type of corporation that meets specific internal revenue code requirements. The S corp is a structure that offers certain tax advantages over C corporations or C corps, which make up the bulk of corporations. For example, an S corp, but not a C corp, may pass income along with other credits, deductions, and losses directly to shareholders without having to pay federal corporate taxes. So I think it's excluding them because they just already get a break, and that's not going to change. Usually it's associated with small businesses, 100 or fewer shareholders. S corp status effectively gives a business the regular benefits of incorporation while enjoying the tax-exempt privileges of a partnership. Another structure common among small businesses is a limited liability company, LLC, which has some of the same advantages of an S corp. So, key takeaways: an S corp is also known as an S subchapter. It's one type of legal business structure common among small business. A limited liability company is another. Requirements of an S corp give a corporation with 100 shareholders or less the benefits of incorporation while being taxed as a partnership. Both S corps and LLCs are pass-through entities, meaning that they don't pay corporate taxes, and both offer limited liability protection for their owners' principals. However, LLCs are more flexible. S corporation shareholders must be individuals, specific trusts and estates, or certain tax-exempt organizations. LLCs aren't subject to the same Internal Revenue Service rules governing the number and type of, of members who are typically sole proprietors or small groups of professionals. So that's what that is. So it's like small businesses, basically. So they're excluding that. And then they're also excluding regulated investment companies and real estate investment trusts. And it says that exceeds $1 billion over a specified 3-year period. The tax is effective in taxable years beginning after December 31st, 2022. This one's coming the most soonest. The soonest is not the word I wanted to use. The most soon, I don't know. The most recent one that will go into effect, the closest one to now that will take effect is this one starting in December 31st of this year. The other ones, all these other parts are like next year, way later, all that shit. Anyway, the tax stuff comes first is what I'm trying to say. So then it goes to Part 2, excise tax on repurchase of corporate stock. The bill imposes a 1% excise tax on the fair market value of stock repurchased by a domestic corporation after 2022, with certain exceptions. They don't explain the exceptions. We don't know what they are there. Part 3, funding the Internal Revenue Service. This one is popular. People have been talking about it a lot. And improving taxpayer compliance, because it's all about compliance. No, they're just trying to update systems and stuff, right? And make it like more, modern and stuff. They're modernizing their systems, but it says right in there, improving taxpayer compliance.
And
it is about enforcement.
And Shelly and I did a stream on the IRS and them buying up ammo, and about Social Security buying up ammo and the stockpiling of weapons and how they're handling these weapons in the field and what they're doing with them. So you should check out that stream on the IRS that we did. And why they're buying ammo. I mean, like, it just seems really odd, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, this bill provides additional funding for the Internal Revenue Service because they need it. They
just bought $97,000 worth of ammo. Like,
they need the money. They need it.
They've been buying it for a while.
Taxpayer services and enforcement, including for operations support, business systems modernization, and the development of a free direct e-file tax return system. So a free one, so we can actually do our taxes for free. What's funny is about taxes is that some of these motherfuckers, the tax preparers, make you like pay so much money for them. It's hilarious that you're getting bled dry by taxes that you have to pay. And then not only that, but you have to pay your taxes. Like, that's the best scam I've seen from the Treasury Department, from the fucking IRS, from the fucking Fed. Kudos for that one. That's a good one. And credit cards. That's another great one. But that one that's tops for me. It also provides additional funding for the Department of the Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration, the Office of Tax Policy, the Tax Court, there's the Tax Court, and Treasury Department departmental offices. Then we get to this one. This one's my fucking favorite. It's hilarious. They're going all crazy, like patting themselves on the back, the Democrats, for getting this one through. Listen to this shit. This one, Subtitle B, Prescription Drug Pricing Reform. Part 1, Lowering Prices Through Drug Price Negotiation. The bill requires the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, to negotiate the prices of certain prescription drugs under Medicare, beginning in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. We are on top of this subject. We are on top of this crisis with the drug prices. We are going to fix it in 4 years. Just wait. Just you wait. Because you have to. Specifically, the CMS must negotiate maximum prices for brand name drugs that do not have other generic equivalents and that account for the greatest Medicare spending. The CMS must negotiate the prices of 10 drugs in 2026, 15 drugs in 2027 and 2028, and 20 drugs in 2029, and each year thereafter. Drug manufacturers that fail to comply with negotiation requirements are subject to civil penalties and excise taxes. No, not taxes. The bill provides funds for fiscal year 2022 for the CMS to implement this program. That's not going to go into effect until 2026. Okay. Part 2, prescription drug inflation rebates. In addition, the bill requires drug manufacturers to issue rebates to the CMS for brand name drugs without generic equivalents under Medicare that cost $100 or more per year per individual and for which prices increase faster than inflation. Manufacturers that fail to comply are subject to civil penalties, not the excise tax. Oh man. The bill provides funds through 2031 fiscal year for the CMS to implement the rebate programs. Then we got Part 3, Part D, improvements and maximum out-of-pocket cap for Medicare beneficiaries. The bill eliminates beneficiary cost sharing above the annual out-of-pocket spending threshold under the Medicare prescription drug benefit beginning in 2024. We're getting closer. And caps annual out-of-pocket spending at $2,000 in 2025. With annual adjustments thereafter. It also establishes a program under which drug manufacturers provide discounts to beneficiaries who have incurred costs above the annual deductible beginning in 2025. The bill provides funds through 2031 fiscal year for the CMS to implement these changes and requirements. The bill also establishes a process through which certain beneficiaries may have their monthly out-of-pocket costs capped and paid in monthly installments beginning in 2025. It provides funds for fiscal year 2023 for the CMS to implement this process. Part 4, continued delay of implementation of prescription drug rebate rule. The bill further delays until 2032 implementation of a Department of Health and Human Services rule relating to the treatment of certain Medicare prescription drug benefit rebates from drug manufacturers for purposes of federal anti-kickback laws. And then miscellaneous. They just throw this in, miscellaneous. The bill establishes a series of additional programs and requirements relating to coverage under the Medicare prescription drug benefit and other programs. For example, the bill eliminates cost sharing under the Medicare prescription drug benefit for adult vaccines. Yes, you had to have that word in here, that are recommended by the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, ACIP. It also requires coverage without cost sharing of such vaccines under Medicaid and the Children's Health Insurance Program, CHIP. In addition, the bill caps cost sharing under the Medicare prescription drug benefit for a month's supply of covered insulin products at one for 2023 through 2025, $35, and two beginning in 2026, $35, 25% of the government's negotiated price, or 25% of the plan's negotiated price, whichever is less. The bill provides funds for fiscal year 2022 for the CMS to implement these provisions. Then you got the Subtitle C, Affordable Care Act subsidies. Bill extends through 2025 certain adjustments and expansions of the premium tax credit, including to allow taxpayers with income of above 400% of the federal poverty line to qualify for the credit. And then energy security, because you can't leave that alone.
Gosh, they put way too much in. Like, bills should not be written this way. A bill should be easy where anybody can read it. It's under a certain amount of pages. It's very simple, layman's terms.
770 something pages. I don't know how long it ended up being, but that's how long it was when I looked at it. And I'm not going to read it all because they didn't bother to. Why should I?
Well, I mean, like, how was anybody supposed to know what's really in there? If you know what I mean, they should be much smaller bills where it's like not so much. It would be
did that on purpose.
I
so
know
that
they
can
do, but I'm
push
just
shit
saying
through.
that what they should do though is have like, okay, we're gonna have a bill just
Then
on
they'd
this
be
one
competent.
thing.
They'd be helpful to us, and that's not gonna be profitable for them. Okay, so subtitle D, energy security. So they want us all to have electric cars, right? So
Yeah,
and the
make
bill
the children
modifies-
mine more. Make the children get out there in the mines and get all that stuff.
Right.
Get all that product for us.
This is just really smart. The bill modifies and extends through 2024 tax credits. One, for producing electricity from renewable sources, specifically for wind, biomass, geothermal, and solar, which has been kind of filling up landfills recently and like been a problem. Landfill gas, trash, qualified hydropower, and marine and hydrokinetic resources. Two, for investment in certain energy properties, e.g. solar, fuel cells, waste energy recovery, combined heat and power, small wind property, and micro turbine property. And three, for alternative fuels and fuel mixtures and biodiesel and renewable diesel. The bill creates new tax credits for, it's all about the taxes in this bill. If you hate the Fed, you're
Taxes
gonna hate
are
this
fucking
bill.
confusing as hell to me.
I hate taxes.
I
Fuck
hate
taxes.
it's like a normal citizen. It's not in layman's terms yet again. We're supposed to understand all these complex things that they don't even understand themselves, that they have other people that they pay. They don't teach you in school how to freaking file your taxes. They don't teach you in school how to, how to do any of these actual skills. No, you have to pay and go into student debt in order to go and learn anything that's beyond like the very minimally tunnel vision of what they like allow you to learn in the propaganda.
And it's only been around the tax system as it is now for less than 120 years. Like
I mean, you're taxed
not
on the
a
money
very
that
long time.
you come into this earth. You're born to debt in the United States. You're born to debt. Any money you make, you owe taxes on. Any money you spend, you pay. You have to pay taxes on. If you die and you leave money, your family's paying taxes on that money. It's like, how many times do they get to tax the same dollar? How much are we actually getting paid by the time all these taxes come out of something? And they want to go after gig workers if you make more than $600 in a year. Like, are you kidding me? $600.
So then we have the zero emissions thing here, that lie. They're creating new tax credits for one, qualifying zero emission nuclear power produced and sold after 2023. Two, the sale or mixture of sustainable aviation fuel beginning in 2023. Three, the production of clean hydrogen. Four, the production of clean electricity, and for investment in zero emissions electricity generation facilities or energy storage technology. Five, domestic clean fuel production beginning in 2025. And six, the domestic production and sale of qualifying solar and wind components. The bill modifies and extends through 2032, which we're going to live till, I guess. Great. One, the tax credit for non-business energy property and increases its rate to 30% with certain limitations. Two, the new energy efficient home credit. Nice. And three, the tax credit for alternative fuel refueling property expenditures. The bill modifies requirements for the tax deduction for energy efficient commercial buildings. Bill creates a new credit for commercial clean vehicles and modifies the refundable tax credit for the purchase of plug-in electric vehicles and previously owned electric vehicles. The bill permanently reinstates the hazardous substance superfund financing rate for certain excise taxes, including the excise tax on domestic crude oil and imported petroleum products at the rate of 16.4 cents per barrel in 2023, adjusted annually for inflation. But we're supposed to be reducing inflation. How are we reducing inflation with the Inflation Reduction Act? It's not doing that, though. Like, it's not doing that. Make it make sense. Why is it called this? They always call them like what they don't do. It's so funny. The bill makes permanent the increased rate of the coal excise tax for funding the Black Lung Disability Trust Fund, which I never knew about. The bill increases the amount of the research tax credit that may be applied against the payroll tax liabilities of certain small businesses. Oh, really? Okay. The bill reinstates the current suspension until 2025 of the tax deduction for state and local taxes and extends the limitation on excess business losses of non-corporate taxpayers. Nice. Title II, Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, this is important too, and Forestry. Subtitle A, General Provisions. The bill provides funding to the Department of Agriculture, USDA, for a variety of programs related to conservation and renewable energy. Subtitle B, Conservation. Specifically, the bill provides funding to USDA for voluntary conservation programs such as the Environmental Quality Incentives Program, the Conservation Stewardship Program, the Agricultural Conservation Easement Program, and the Regional Conservation Partnership Program. It also provides funding to USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service for 1, conservation technical assistance, and 2, a program to quantify carbon sequestration and carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide emissions.
Oh my God, back to the farts. Are we going back to cow farts now?
Yes. Now it'll be human farts. Subtitle C, Rural Development and Agricultural Credit. In addition, the bill provides funding to USDA for several programs such as the Rural Energy for America program that support the generation, storage, and use of renewable energy in rural communities. Subtitle D, Forestry. The bill also provides funding to USDA for the National Forest System, including funding for forest restoration, wildfire prevention, and related activities. Further, the bill provides funding to USDA for programs that award grants to owners of state or private forests for climate mitigation, forest resilience, or related activities. Title III, Committee on Banking, my favorite, Housing and Urban Affairs. The bill provides additional funding for the president to carry out activities under the Defense Production Act of 1950. We're going to keep that going. That act confers on the president a broad set of authorities to influence domestic industry in order to provide essential materials and goods for the national defense. In addition, the bill provides funding to the Department of Housing and Urban Development for loans and grants to fund projects that address affordable housing and climate change issues, such as projects designed to increase the energy or water efficiency of affordable housing. Title IV, Committee on Commerce, which is all this is about, really, Science and Transportation. The bill provides funding for coastal communities, coastal and marine habitats, weather forecasting, and aviation technology. For example, the bill provides funding to the NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, including funding for coastal communities so they can prepare for extreme storms and other changing climate conditions, NOAA facilities, weather research and forecasting innovations, and acquiring a Hurricane Hunter aircraft. I didn't know those existed, but thanks. In addition, the bill
this is a whole lot. Like this is a whole lot of reading.
Yes, and we're not even reading the whole fucking thing.
No, we cannot read the whole thing.
No, neither do they. But yeah, funding to the Department of Transportation for a program that awards grants for projects that, 1, produce, transport, blend, or store sustainable aviation fuel, or 2, develop, demonstrate, or apply low-emission aviation technologies. Title V, Committee on Energy and Natural Resources. So Subtitle A, Energy, Part 1, General Provisions. Bill provides funding to the Department of Energy for a variety of programs concerning energy rebates, energy efficiency in buildings, electric transmissions, advanced industrial facilities, and other energy matters. Part 2, residential efficiency and electrification rebates. For example, the bill provides funding to DOE for a homes rebate program that awards grants to state energy offices. Under the program, states must provide rebates to homeowners and aggregators for certain whole house energy saving retrofits made for low and moderate income households. In addition, funding is provided to DOE for a high efficiency electric home rebate program that awards grants to state energy offices and Indian tribes. I don't like that word, but some people do. Whatever, it's fine. I'll keep saying it because they're saying it, but I don't like it. Under the program, rebates must be given for qualified electrification projects in low or moderate income households. Part 3, building efficiency and resilience. The bill also provides funding to DOE for grants to states and local governments to adopt and implement building codes for 1, residential buildings that meet or exceed the 2021 International Energy Conservation Code, or 2, commercial buildings that meet or exceed the ANSI, ASHRAE, IES standard, whatever the fuck. Part 4, DOE loan and grant programs, provides funding for specific DOE loan programs, including certain loans issued under the Energy Policy Act of 2005, loans for facilities that manufacture advanced vehicles that emit either a low amount or no amount.
Okay, how much more? This is a lot.
Okay.
We need to cut off somewhere on this because we can't. I'm
it's
zoning
just
out.
Environmental shit and hazardous materials, EPA shit. It's just a whole. It's fiscal year. It's fiscal year shit. They did an omnibus bill. They put inflation on it, so they're like, hey, we acknowledge that inflation exists, but we're not really doing anything about it. But we're going to put a Band-Aid on it with this. That's basically the whole point. Like, Band-Aid, it's just like same shit, different bill. And then climate change. Y'all like that, right? Just keep saying climate change.
Climate change is the new thing. That's what they're bringing right in. They're like okay, we're gonna like let admit some mistake on COVID, and we're gonna bring in climate change. That's the new thing. It's gonna be the whole entire focus of everything.
Sorry, I went off on. I probably obviously read a little too much. Sorry, but that's basically the gist of it. That's the longest document I have, anyway. So a lot of it's video coming up. So
yeah, I cannot pay attention to that much. Just reading, I tune it out. I'm sure that everyone else was too. Not like purposely. It's not that I don't want to pay attention. I just can't. That's a lot.
Oh yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'll not do that again.
I think we need to break it up somehow. We need to, when we have like a lot of reading, like maybe we need to figure out a way to like summarize it or like.
No, I went off and just like kept going because I thought I was getting to something, but I wasn't. So
okay. That's why I
thought there was a part in there.
This is like what they read their grandkids to get to sleep. They're like, we'll just read the part of the bill.
Well, that's the whole point, is that they want it to be as boring as possible so nobody reads it and nobody cares.
Yeah, well, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. It's,
Well, I did see this part at the end that I wanted to get to, like the very end from Title VII, Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. This screamed out at me like, what the fuck? But the bill provides funding for the oversight of this act, as well as a variety of environmental programs, such as funding to the Department of Homeland Security, because they need more money, for implementing sustainability and environmental programs, because they're going to do that, because they're not like doing horrible things to the environment in the military industrial complex. No, that's not in their war of terror.
They're not the biggest polluters.
That's not happening at all. Like, what the fuck? The U.S. Postal
It's
Service,
the cows. Listen, it's the cows. It's not the bombs.
It's not the bombs. Yeah, it's never the bombs. the U.S. Postal Service for purchasing zero-emission delivery vehicles and installing related infrastructure, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. So it may provide assistance under the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Resistance Act for costs associated with low-carbon building materials, as well as incentives that encourage low carbon and net zero energy projects. That is a WEF thing too, by the way. Like if you look at WEF, they're talking about low carbon, zero emissions all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to point that out too, and like I thought that was interesting. That's the part I was trying to get to, but then I forgot how much was left. So yeah, just let me know when I'm fucking up.
It would be nice if they were giving, like HUD housing, like Julie points out, it'd be great if they were helping people with housing, helping people improve their homes for their energy. I mean, I don't even want to know what the energy bills are going to be like this winter. Like it's going to be cold, like we're going to be like bundled up and putting layers on because we can't afford the heat, the electric heat, the cost that it is. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I
guess we could transition from this to the wastewater thing because it's fucking insane. In LA. That's from Seattle Times because that's what came up first. I just didn't want to go to another one.
Oh my God. What is wrong with the bird?
I know, Peaches. I'm agreeing with you, Peaches.
Yeah, mine is the thing I have about wastewater is about it's Florida. And
yeah, we're doing toilet to tap now. That's where we're going.
And they're trying to put a houseless community in Florida out on this island, and it's next to a wastewater plant.
Oh yeah, we got an armory right here that we're gonna turn into a fucking whole houseless community. That's great.
Yeah, this is gonna help like 100 people.
Oh, I don't know how much that one was. I didn't.
100 people, and it has a lot of controversy around it. It's pretty crazy.
The one I saw is like specifically for homeless. Was a shelter. Where is this motherfucker?
That is so weird. Why are they doing weird things on Twitter? Like
West LA, 167 people would be, or 167 beds for that one for mine. But yeah, the Seattle Times. Did you get that one? It's insane.
Yeah.
This is the new normal that they want for us. Please. Exactly, Peaches. Peaches, you get it. I think I'm going to bring up Anne Heche on the next part of our show, by the way. I don't think I'm going to bring that up on this one. Even though I just brought it up. But I'm just saying, stay tuned. Off of YouTube.
I did have another IRS thing. A quick video on from.
Can we just do the wastewater thing first, since it's related to the energy thing?
Well, yeah, sure. I guess.
Timeline sense.
Well, we were already covering the IRS thing just now too. That's why I was not going to wastewater, because then I have to go back to wastewater with the other thing. But sure.
Okay. I like your hair tonight.
Oh, it's just a mess.
Not that I never like it or anything, but it looks especially good.
It's literally just thrown up on top of my head because it's annoying. All right, there it is.
Yeah, I saw this originally in Newsbreak, but I can't remember where the fuck I put the article. I know exactly. And
oh, okay. I don't know. I can't.
It's okay. I'll put it in the chat for you guys. So anyway, okay. This article is about. The gist of it is, I'll say the gist. So, the city of LA and agencies across Southern California are looking into what's known as direct potable reuse, which means putting purified recycled water directly back into our drinking water systems. This differs from indirect potable reuse, where water spends time in a substantial environmental barrier, such as an underground aquifer or in a reservoir. Water recycling experts shudder at the infamous phrase toilet to tap, an alliteration that became popular with politicians and headline writers alike in the late 1990s when protests for using recycled water for groundwater replenishment were beginning to take shape in the San Gabriel Valley and city of LA. So basically, this is called LA could soon put recycled water back directly into the tap. It's not toilet to tap. July 24th, 2022. This is from July, but there was a more recent story, but this is what I ended up going with to give you a background. Jamie spelled all kind of weird. Ding is the one who wrote it from LA Times, but this is in Seattle Times. I don't know why. Anyway, they say at the bottom here at towards the end, 6 paragraphs till the end. Direct potable reuse demonstration facility near the Headworks Reservoir just north of Griffith Park probably will be the state's first approved direct potable reuse project, said Jesus Gonzalez, manager of water recycling policy at the LA Department of Water and Power. It will take advantage of recycled water produced by a facility in Glendale, but the water will not be added to the drinking water system just yet. However, it will serve as proof of concept, he said. This is going to be the future of LA's water, the future of the state's water supply, he said. The Headworks project is scheduled to come online soon after the regulations are in place, relatively written within the next 5 years, he said. But the Headworks project is just one part of the city's ambitious plan to recycle 100% of its wastewater by 2035, a pledge Mayor Garcetti made several years ago. To accomplish that, the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant, which currently treats wastewater only to the level necessary for release into Santa Monica Bay, must be converted into an advanced water purification facility that produces water clean enough to drink. The Department of Water and Power has plans to take the water produced by Hyperion, enough for 2 million people, and put it into vast aquifers under the southern part of LA County, as well as the San Fernando Valley. So that's the gist of that article. And I'm not going to read the rest, but like they have plans for this. Like they say, like they want to do all of it. I guess I'll go to the end of it. This person comes in at the end, another expert, Trussell. And they say, I expect by 2040, most of the effluent in Southern California will be recycled or well on its way to being recycled. So we're going to recycle everything, including water. Oh, this guy's from Trussell Tech. This company, Shane Trussell. And they're involved in advanced water purification projects across LA, San Diego, and other cities. So they're all very excited about this future where we're all going to drink fecal water like Bill Gates did not too long ago. Remember?
Yeah. Yuck.
I haven't seen effluent before, so I had a what the fuck moment there. I was like, affluent? Okay, effluent. Okay. We're really smart.
It's lovely.
Good breath.
Let's see.
Yes, exactly. Jelly love, you get it. Like, they're going to do that to like famous people communities. They're going to do that to like rich communities. I don't know. I don't see that happening. These areas are probably very low income, I would imagine, that they're doing their proof of concept. Because they always start with the low income people.
Yeah.
In their communities and fucking them up. And then they work their way up.
Absolutely. So I'm going to play the video that I wanted to play that relates to the IRS. And this is a scenario in which it's the IRS recruiting program, and they're taking down a landscape business owner who failed to properly report how he paid for his vehicles. This is what those agents are coming for. It's like a reenactment of the with students. They got students involved, so they made it fun for people. They made it fun.
Funds, so the IRS to hire more special agents. Congress recently appropriated funds, so the IRS is currently looking to hire more special agents or CIs nationwide.
We're looking around, starting around $60,000, $70,000, somewhere in there. And then the advancements are you'll move up, one level every year for the first few years. So
an agent that's been in the field for a long time can top out at around $175,000 a year, as well as benefits and retirement. These aren't actual police officers. They're students posing as special agents for the IRS, arresting a man who is wanted for tax evasion.
Who are you guys? What is this? We're the IRS. You're under arrest. You're going to jail, buddy.
Most people don't even know that the IRS has criminal investigators who use their accounting skills and their authority as a special IRS agent to help solve tax crimes. Under this scenario, these students find the owner of a landscaping company has several vehicles that may have been purchased from monies not reported through his business. After an undercover interview using a wireless mic, the special IRS agents find that Dodger, who is selling his business, has 2 sets of books.
You ever done any landscaping work before? Just in my front yard.
Ammunition, handcuffs, and first aid is generally what everybody wears, and then it just depends on the individual and what else they want to carry.
And no tasers.
No tasers.
That's what. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And in the end, they're taught how to use their skills and finally arrest the mock offender.
But you want to identify, hey, police, we're here with an arrest warrant. We're going to be taking you to jail today, okay? That's what they want to know, because they're going to start asking questions like I did. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you putting me in cuffs? What did I do?
Yeah, it's fun. It's all fun and games, and they get to play games and have fake guns. And why the fuck does the IRS need to have guns to go get somebody for taxes?
I wish we could find the source for this video, because I only saw that it was from Charlie Kirk. And then from that, there's no real legit.
Congress recently appropriated funds.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's making the rounds. I don't know when it was made or anything. It looks older. Somebody took me to a Rumble video, and I was like, what? And then it was Charlie Kirk, and I was like, oh, okay. Random.
It says it's from Thomas Massey here.
Well, yeah, because he's spreading it from this other gentleman. That's how they get these in there, like viral. And then you don't know where it came from exactly and what year it was.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting. For me, it wasn't. It was more interesting that, that they're actually showing the fact that they have the guns and that they wear this stuff, and that IRS, because most people don't know that the IRS has guns and ammo. So I thought that part, that they're admitting to that now. blatantly.
Yeah, that's what people are
Like,
talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what made it. That's what made it relevant.
Do you have or did you just want to mention that story of Florida and the homeless shelter or whatever?
No, I have to get
The
that.
wastewater thing?
No, I have to get that.
Because they're just putting them wherever they want to put them, whether they like it or not, right? Like making them do certain things, jump through certain hoops, just to.
It's really a weird situation. I want to look into it more. Okay, here it is. I have this talks about how they're advanced. They have advances into Miami, Florida. They have advances planned to move homeless onto an island. Why is it not?
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah, I posted this to my Twitter.
Put it on an island. Put them on an island. Just let them go be by themselves.
Somebody had shared it without sharing the article, so I went and found the article, and I believe it's from a couple weeks ago. Let me pull it up and I'll give all the details.
Oh, cool.
So here is where it's from. So it's on News Nation, and it says Miami advances plan to move homeless onto an island, and there's a video on it that's not very long, so I'm gonna play that, and because it kind of like explains the whole thing. It was updated on August 20th, 2022. It was originally written on July 29th. So let me. Is it on a thing? Okay, let me mute me and play this.
At the site, proposed homeless encampment. And Brooke, this happened during last night's commission meeting, and things got heated pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot of opposition to this idea, Nicole. This is the area where some commissioners have proposed that homeless encampment, but it is home to a summer camp. There's a sewage plant not too far away, and just across the water over this way is one of the most expensive zip codes in the U.S.
Some commissioners in Miami have proposed what they are calling a solution to homelessness, an encampment with tiny homes for about 100 people here at this park near the water called Virginia Key.
We're talking about our most chronic, unsheltered homeless that you see on the streets.
The plan would provide housing, food, showers, and even outreach services for some of Miami's homeless population. Commissioners are calling the idea a transition zone and voted this week to continue pursuing the plan.
In my opinion, this is not an encampment that is going to be a concentration camp. Nobody's forcing anybody.
But the idea is facing opposition. In a statement to News Nation, the Virginia Key Alliance said they were ignored in the selection process and wrote in part, placing homeless on a small island with no residents, services, or security to support their needs is heartless.
This is the opposite of a plan. This is a bad idea.
Commissioner Ken Russell voted against the proposal. He has an idea to instead turn this land into a soccer park for kids.
The answer is permanent supportive housing. It's not about whether this location is right or that location is right. It's about whether this is a good idea or a bad idea, and it's a bad idea.
Esther Alonzo owns and runs the outdoor center in Virginia Key. She worries what this plan will mean for her employees and the kids who come to the park.
But there are children here. This is a beach. This is a beach, and we're going to bring a large population of primarily homeless men, because most homeless people are male. And we're going to put them next to a swimming beach where, people are running around in swimsuits. And I don't know that that's a good mix.
Now, this area is one of a few on the table right now. Commissioners are going to talk about it again in September. But for some perspective here, this idea would really just put a small dent in homelessness here in Florida. This would house about 100 people. Florida has about 27,000 homeless people across the state. Nicole?
All right, Brooke Schaefer, thank you.
A lot of things to unpack in that quick video.
Right?
I'm kind of curious, like, is this like a safe place to really put people on this island right there? You know, it's next to like a
We have some breaking news
sewage.
from Wall Street this Friday.
Whoops. Like it's next to like a sewage plant, and then like there's kids next to the sewage plant as well on the island. Is this going to be a safe place? Does it flood?
Hey, don't gaslight everybody.
And why can't houseless people be around people in bathing suits? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like,
What is so wrong with sending all the homeless people to Dr. Moreau's sewage island? I mean, come on.
It's totally fine. They'll have plenty of water to drink.
Weird.
It sounds like a
gonna
Scooby-Doo
do the
mystery.
direct
There's a summer
political
camp there
experience.
too. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Just do the DPR. That's what they're going to call it. The kids are going to call it DPR. The Ys. The Y people. The Gen Ys. Wait, are they Gen Z now? They're Gen Z. We're going to have to go back to A. We didn't even go to A. How did we get to Z? We never even went to A. We just started at like X, didn't we?
You can't say Z
So-
anymore. I'm sorry.
this program only is for 50 to 100 tiny homes.
Right.
Like
it's
it's
totally worth it.
It doesn't seem this seems really odd. They're like, do they have access? Like, I have a lot of questions about this. Does it flood? Is it tornado alley? Who's going to be there to help them? Aren't these small homes just going to like float out and
Aren't there flying monkeys down there?
You know, like they probably have it as a camp thing for kids because you probably can't, like, they probably have to board it up for the winter, you know, and not have people there because the storms that come. I mean, and then like, is there access for them to get on and off? And there's no stores. Like it's a recreational area. It's like, okay, so they can't be in parks. You're gonna sweep people from parks and places, but you're gonna then put them somewhere like where there's like no they can't go to a gas station if they need to go get water or whatever. It seems really weird. It seems like an odd place to put the people, like doomed for failure. Like it's a setup for failure. So it's like, oh yeah, well it didn't work. Look, we put all that money into it and you know it didn't work. And then the lady's talking about, oh well, we have the most expensive zip code. Really? Really? You don't see anything wrong with the fact that you have people living in this the richest zip code in the country?
Right.
And there's people living on the streets that need homes. You don't see the problem there? Like you're like, oh no, it's next to this zip code. What the fuck?
Don't worry about
it. When I saw that, I'm like, you know, and then they go on to say how there's 27,000 people who are experiencing homelessness, and you know, it only help about 10 people, 100 people. I mean, like that's not that's not even like a dent, you know. It really feels wrong.
I would have made a joke that was not YouTube appropriate if we weren't on YouTube anymore, but that was a fun joke in my head. Anyway.
You know, like like the woman quoted saying there's children here, there's a beach, and we're going to take a large population of primarily homeless men, and we're going to put them next to a swimming beach where people are running around in swimsuits. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? So if you are without a house, that means what? That you can't be near people in bikinis?
They're the same as pedophiles.
Obviously.
She's framing them as that.
Exactly
She's framing them as being criminals or pedophiles.
Doesn't homeless mean you like to have sex with underage kids? Isn't that that's not what homeless means?
No.
No.
It is
Weird.
not. And it was very alarming to me. And I just, you know, I did put this up on my Twitter, but I wanted to share this once we talked about and why is there kids near the septic like treatment?
Yeah, how come there's already a camp there?
They're just
for
playing
kids?
around. Just let them play around.
There's summer kids at Dr. Moreau's sewage island. Come to sewage island. The plane, boss. The plane. I don't know. That's not exactly my fantasy island.
It just doesn't seem right. It just seems like they're setting it up in where they know that they're going to get a lot of like pushback, and they know that people will say something about it because of the environment that it is, that it's not appropriate, and people are gonna, you know what I mean, like they pick somewhere where it's full of reasons why it's a bad idea.
You can't have that idea.
Because then they can be like, oh yeah, see,
that's bad thinking.
It didn't work. We can't do that.
That is,
we wasted all
flawed
this money.
thinking. I'm sorry.
Miguel said, "Put your chat in the put your joke in the chat." I almost said it backwards. They're gonna.
I said the time has passed. Miguel, you can't just force a joke after the fact. It's not gonna work.
What in the who?
I just, like John said, wash the poor away. Like,
right?
Yeah, like you're gonna put them in tiny homes. Like, I don't feel like they're gonna be safe.
Right? Homeless, you're so.
I have an article that's even. It's also nonsensical in that regard.
Yeah, like how are they going to get them their food and everything? Like, like John said, they're going to airdrop it. Yeah, there's 16 million empty homes and 500,000 homeless in the United States.
Yes.
That
There's
is
so many
like
places
the numbers.
already.
You can't like. We're not making this up. Like this is actual stuff. You can factually find this information.
That number is steeped in fucked upness, because what the fuck? How many empty houses are there? Y'all couldn't get together and be like, let's give these fools some houses. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it sounds like, woo, yeah, let's go live on this island and have our own little tiny home. And of course, people would sign up for that. But does that mean that they're going to be okay?
I would sign up if it wasn't so much fecal matter involved.
I'm doing it. Fuck it.
Unless I was gardening, I get if you could. Can you have a tiny garden at your tiny house? Because I would like to have a tiny garden.
No, probably. They're probably not. They're probably fed every bit of food that that is given, and I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't.
I'm happy to go
I
live on
said
the
what
island.
I said.
Oh, you're pressing the button, Steve.
I love you. Button presser.
He is. He's pressing. You hear it? It's my voice, but
Nice.
they're Leo's buttons. He knows the different colors. Yeah,
Oh.
he knows what they are, so he can go over and he can say that when he wants to tell us. He presses his button.
Nice.
He's only got 4. He doesn't have like a whole layout like a lot of these other dogs do and cats and stuff. But it's funny though, because like if he wants to go to the bathroom, he'll tell us.
Oh, I
But-
thought you were talking about Steve. I did not know you meant the button. I figured it out eventually that you were talking about the button.
Yeah, like Leo actually has buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that now.
It's Steve pressing Leo's.
I like to
button.
do it sometimes, but
Nobody laughed at my joke. See, I told you it wasn't going to work after the
I didn't
fact.
even see
But
it.
anyways, it's very based.
did you see the punching bag?
Oh, gosh.
Dr. Fauci.
I told you it was based.
Dr. Fauci punching bag. Hey.
Sorry.
There's a punching bag that I need to see.
Should have a picture of it over there.
Peaches, stop being bad. The bird is trying to be bad. He's on his stand because Steve's definitely not holding him.
Definitely not.
You ruined that.
I ruined it.
I'm talking to the bird, Steve.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Really?
You were talking to
Birds
me,
aren't
and
real.
then you were talking to the bird. So,
Well, I was talking.
Okay.
Look at this article that I shared. Did you see it?
Yeah.
West
The bird
Side.
attacked me, you guys.
Today.
We did not plan this, guys. We didn't plan to show these stories.
We didn't plan any of it. I think
Well,
Peach's
I
secretly
was waiting
planned
for it
attack
to be
me.
mentioned, and then it was mentioned, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have a thing there." What is it with these
Yeah,
cities?
sometimes that's how it happens. We're just like, wait, I have a thing I recently I'll save stuff because sometimes I don't know if it's going to fit into, one of our stories or our topics, because we didn't specifically mention that we were talking about homeless or the septic tanks and in the IRS thing, or like what I mean, like it kind of all connected. That's just how it goes.
I just saw this in my in news break, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Okay, random. What is this from? I don't even know where. Oh, August 19th. Okay.
Shelters are not the answer. I worked at a homeless shelter, and I was staff there, and I volunteered I volunteered before I worked there, and I've actually lived at a shelter.
And they hate them.
And that's not a solution. I mean, it's a very temporary thing, but it's really not a solution that they need to have. They don't need to have these shelters for this kind of thing. This isn't
any fucking houses.
Well, I thought it was weird that it was an armory. So like,
yeah, it totally ties into the IRS and they're stockpiling weapons, and
they got to get more agents somehow.
So this is from August 19, 2022. You wouldn't know that unless you went to the bottom of the page, is where it says it, which is weird, and I've never seen that before, but okay. By staff report. I don't know what that means, but okay.
West Side
by
Today.
Dolores Quintana.
Oh, it's at the top here.
Quintana wrote it.
It's up here.
No, at the bottom is the date is what I was mentioning. Is the,
yeah, it's
the
up here.
date is at the bottom. But
No,
at
it's
the
up
top
top.
is the name. No.
Right here. Right here.
I don't. Oh no, that's the date of the website. Like that's today's date because it's tomorrow, but it's not today. It's not the article. The article is different, and you go to the bottom for the article date.
That's
which is
weird.
at
Usually the date on the top is
I
usually
know.
like the article
Exactly.
date. Like I'm like, what?
This is weird website. This is Westside Today, which is for real estate. So, anyway. This is a 3-story building, which would include 167 beds. It's a permanent homeless shelter slated for West LA Armory. This is by Dolores Quintana. It says a permanent homeless shelter with 167 beds is being planned at the West LA Armory. A plan to redevelop the West LA Armory building into permanent supportive housing that was approved in 2016 is fine. That's how much they kick the can down the road here, because we put on a ballot. We had a ballot initiative, which was Measure H, which went through to help homeless people. Was the whole point of it. We were supposed to have more taxes and shit to pay for it, and then they just like laundered the money for years. And that's where we're at, allegedly. They're finally starting to move forward because they were made to. As reported by Urbanize LA, this plan could bring 1,200 units, to the West LA VA campus of desperately needed affordable housing. The campus is in the West LA area. Yeah, you said it 3 times. Close to the 405 freeway, Westwood, and UCLA. This move is intended to provide unhoused people with a new set of services and homes on the southern edge of the VA campus. The Armory was built in 1964 and was previously used as a winter shelter for 10 years. The shelter only held about 160 beds for mixed gender occupants, which wasn't the fullest use that the shelter could provide. The LA Department of Health and Health Services has released a notice of the intent to convert the Armory to provide long-term supportive shelter. The current project plan is for a 3-story building that would be built to the south of the Armory and would hold 167 beds. The renderings for this part of the project are for a low-rise building with a modern style. The building would have separate male and female dormitories, outdoor patios, a library, and recreation and dining areas. According to the plan document, the project would require that a small parking structure would be constructed in the northeast corner of the Armory site to accommodate replacement parking. Access to the parking structure would be via a new driveway along the northern side of the site. The National Guard is requiring the parking structure, which would include parking to replace that displaced by the shelter and the garage itself as a condition of the lease with the county. Approximately 50 spaces would be lost at the shelter site, and the parking garage itself would require the removal of a similar number of spaces. The parking structure would be approximately 150 feet by 180 feet and 2 stories tall. The parking structure would also only replace the parking area lost to the shelter. The shelter would employ between 50 to 55 staff and be open 24 hours a day. Construction is estimated that it would take approximately 16 months to complete, and construction could begin in 2023. So that's fun. Everything's fine.
Good times.
Yeah, incrementalism, right?
That helped a lot of people, you know. That's going to help so many people in a couple.
In a couple of years, they have to just make it.
Mm-hmm. Just you wait, guys. Just you wait. That's the motto of today. Just you wait.
That's right. You just
keep
hold
waiting.
your horses.
We got you in 2 years, maybe.
The waiting
If we don't find something else to find.
is the hardest part.
It's
I feel comfortable.
Take it on faith. You take it to the heart.
So, if you guys had to choose, which place would it be? Would you like to be in Florida on the little island that you can get swept away? Or would you like to be in LA in the prison armory? What? This is the kind of solutions that they're coming up with for people. This is the best that we can do.
Yeah, I don't see how people aren't like literally burning shit down in fucking places like LA and Seattle, and where there's just, you know, thousands and thousands of people sleeping out fucking doors tonight. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? How much more angry do you have to be? Like, people are literally walking into you know, liquor stores and fucking wherever the fuck, grocery stores, and just be like, fuck you, I'm taking this shit. Yeah, I'm taking it. Stop me,
In here
bitch.
too.
Yeah, all over, because people are fed up. People don't have money. People are fucking desperate. People need mutual aid. People need
But
help
we have
from
the
each
Inflation
other.
Reduction
Not,
Act. Everything is going to be fine.
not more fucking regulation on taxes and incentive
know.
to drive electric cars. You motherfuckers, man.
And then at the same time, we have stop it. Stop. I can't do this with you, bird. I really can't. I really fucking can't. Stop. No. Nobody wants to hold you. You're not being nice.
You are not being nice. This is not nice behavior. Yeah, you almost bit my ear off yesterday.
Gamer's birthday event is tomorrow, Jenna. We're doing it tomorrow.
Woo.
We have it scheduled
tomorrow.
Is it on my stream?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I can.
We're doing it on the Lucky stream. There's a thing already there.
Oh yeah.
Go.
Like,
we can share that.
a lovely, crazy freaking bird.
Freaking loud ass, ear biting son of a.
I have one more story before the end of the YouTube.
I forgot what I was saying.
Was that a mea culpa? Sounded like a mea culpa.
What?
Are you sorry?
Pizzas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it meant.
Yeah, how long before the island becomes a bomb testing site? There we go.
Already was one, ironically, in the 40s. Just kidding. Not kidding at all. Not funny.
Hey, that helps us get to the next topic, which is in the title. wanted to bring it up for YouTube. More good news from the establishment. We can't do anything about homeless people because we're giving too much money to Nazis in Ukraine. Like, that's where our priorities are.
Can we talk about this on YouTube?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They let you talk about Nazis all you want.
You can talk about Nazis.
No.
They like them.
They're the good kind. Don't worry about it.
They're the good kind.
No, they don't let you talk about Nazis. Like,
well, so they do, mostly. What do you mean?
They have us.
Really, are you nervous about talking? We can go to Rumble and Odyssey if your Nazi radar is going off or whatever.
Well, we won't say Nazi anymore. That'll help.
Don't say the N-word. No, wait.
Just say for money laundering purposes.
That has a different connotation. Son of a bitch.
Money laundering for the state of Ukraine, the state officials of Ukraine. Oh, we can just play the video. Let's just play the video. I don't want to read anymore.
Good idea.
Yeah.
It's my favorite guy.
Oh, God.
Ned.
I was going to say, he looks, and he looks like our governor. Stop it. He looks like our governor, Ned. They have a very similar, like, he looks like Ned Lamont.
They could be cousins or brothers.
Well, Ned Price.
Step brothers.
He likes to get in it with AP's Matt Lee. Matt Lee likes to challenge him from time to time. So I watch his little press conferences for Matt Lee interruptions and little explosions, mini explosions that he does. It's fun.
Welcome back, Oz Whistles.
Oh, yeah. Always switch to live chat while you're in the YouTube chat, too. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
I know, but, like, I forget. I forget that. Like, it's so stupid that you have to do that.
We all have.
Okay, let me mute and play this.
I don't think we need the music on. Looks like it's just text.
You can.
We're unmuted.
Yeah.
I was reading along the text, and it was fun in different voices,
Mm-hmm.
The funding will also support. Yeah, in March, Ukrainian Interior Minister Denis Monostransky told the Associated Press.
Well, let's get to the nitty gritty because they don't tell you the nitty gritty. So it says here, blah, 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 blah. This is, by the way, they've already given how much? $10 billion. They passed the $10 billion mark for military assistance for Ukraine under the Biden administration, spread out over 19 packages since August 2021. So if we go to a standout after that, which is before that is state ballot measures are new, blah, 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 blah. So
what?
After that, so well, that's what comes before this. This is like a little, just go down. I'll just tell you to scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. I'll just read it from you. Scroll down. You see what I was saying? I'm not crazy. Okay, a standout right there. A standout in the latest lethal and aid tranche is the HARM, which can be fired from Ukrainian aircraft, have a range of at least 30 miles, and are designed to find and destroy radar-equipped air defense systems. The missiles have been credited with taking out some of Russia's most dangerous weapon systems in Ukraine in recent weeks. Also included are the Scan Eagle unmanned aerial systems, the first time the U.S. has provided the drone to Kyiv, which will give Ukrainians better reconnaissance around the front lines, because they have shitty reconnaissance apparently. In addition, the package will consist of 1,000 javelins, 36,000, what does it say, 105 millimeter artillery rounds, mine clearing equipment, 40 mine resistant ambush protected vehicles to allow Ukrainian troops to travel through areas rigged with mines, 1,500 tube launched optically tracked wire guided missiles, 2,000 anti-armor rounds, 50 Humvees, because we care so much about the environment, remember? Tactical secure communication systems, night vision devices, thermal imagery systems, and optics and laser range finders.
Okay, I have
That's
one.
all very important.
I have one thing to say about this. But cow farts, the fucking cow farts, they are going to doom us. Okay, it's none of this stuff.
None of this other stuff, right?
None of it.
It's not the billions of tires burning in Saudi Arabia. It's none of that black smoke, right? That just, is like fucking thick fucking rubber burning. They do that
Why
all
aren't
the
we
time.
buying electric vehicles for Ukraine to defend themselves?
I figured it out. You know what it is? Check it out. It's like the United States and the Western NATO countries were like, we need to have an event. We need like a big sales event, somewhere where we can show off all our toys. We can blow up things, and everybody can be really excited and have a hard on. Everybody can hold their dick while they fucking blow shit up constantly, and we'll call it Ukraine, and then we'll just funnel all our money and all the revenue through it, and we'll wash everything. Anybody who's got a dollar that's fucking dirty, will fucking clean it right up for you. No problem. It's like the NAMM show in music, you know what I mean? The National American fucking music making motherfuckers convention they have. It's the same thing. It's like Comic-Con for war, They're just
And
like,
there are people still being like, yeah, they need this. Like, what is wrong with y'all? They don't need this. We need stuff.
Fucked.
Not that you care.
Yep.
Domestically, man.
It's
Recession
so
time. Who
fucking
gives a shit?
But that's what it looks like from here anyway. It looks like it's just like it's like I don't know if anybody's ever been to like an event like that where they have like, I went to the NAMM one. That's why I compare the two, because it's like you walk into this room, massive fucking expo center full of in this case, who would just be weapons manufacturers, and everybody's shooting stuff, right? Just like the music ones, everybody's just shredding on their instruments, and it's just like a whole bunch of fucking incredible players just overplaying constantly, just trying to show off for the next person. And that's what they do with the weapons in the weapons expo. You know what I mean? It's a giant exposition of weaponry and how much gas can we burn? How many fucking burn pits can we light up?
Insane. They're insane.
That's how they fucking roll, man.
And we didn't ask for any of this. We didn't vote for any of this. We just have to give our money willingly to the government that gives it to another country.
It's just it's just the way the economics work with weaponry and war machine. You know what I mean? You have to have some excitement. You got to have, you know what I mean? You got to keep selling those guns. You got to keep selling those fucking missiles.
You got to have them paid for by the public too.
Right. You're right. Exactly. You got to build up some excitement around it. If you work for fucking Raytheon, you're stoked. The stock is up. You're stoked if you work for fucking Raytheon and you buy that shit, because fucking numbers are up, baby. War is big fucking money. And that's what they do. That's why this world is the way it is.
I'm going to wait till Rumble and Odyssey for my comparison. I have a comparison to make. I will continue that conversation there.
Good idea.
That's all I have.
It
for
was
you
in
two.
Kuwait
That's
that you
over.
were talking about, Steve. It was Kuwait.
Yes, it was Kuwait. It wasn't.
Wait a
Saudi
minute.
Arabia. Kuwait.
I
a
can-
second.
I can show what you were talking about.
Yeah, beautiful, vast mountains of
Stop
tires
her.
burning. Just just polluting as you please. But cow farts, everybody. Remember, cereal, nitrogen, and cow farts, and farming bad.
Carbon.
Bugs
Life
good. Bugs good. Farming bad. Stupid wheat eaters. Oh yeah. Look how pretty. It has that beautiful orange kind of deadly phosphorus sort of smoke.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're doing so great. We are doing
We're
so
at the
great.
top.
Don't worry about that though.
of the
Just cow
environmental.
parts. Everybody.
We're the most environmentally free country there is. I can't complete that sentence without laughing.
It's
And
difficult.
speaking of Ukraine and all that,
Oh, you're speaking of Ukraine.
I don't know if anybody saw this. You know how they have the hit list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who was on the hit list?
Who?
You? Oh my gosh. How do they know?
How did they know? I was going to say George W. Bush.
Did you see it?
Can't see it. It's too small.
Roger Waters.
The mandate
Roger
lover?
Waters. Roger, I got COVID wrong, Waters. But that's okay. Because
So he's on their no, it's not okay that they have him on their kill list. That's not okay that they have anybody
That's
on
not
a
what he
kill
meant.
list.
that's not what I meant.
I know that's why I was clarifying that like
Most
right
def-
away.
I
Like
would have clarified that. I love Roger
don't
Waters
think anyone
as
thought
a
that.
musician, as an inspirational person, standing up to the establishment. Even though he is billionaire class, he still seems to give a fuck.
yeah, he's
So
letting
that's tremendous.
he's letting all the Assange people set up at any
Yeah.
of his shows, and he's speaking the truth about stop bird.
That is really dope.
Seriously.
To include activists and stuff, and you know what I mean. Fucking call attention to the fact that Julian's sitting in fucking.
He's doing something. He's doing something right. If they're putting him on this list, like then he's doing something right. It may not be right on everything.
Exactly.
We might not agree with him on everything, but what he's doing is right. When it comes
I'm
to
glad you
calling
went to
out
his
what's
page
happening.
and not the homepage.
What?
That homepage is brutal, guys. Ugh.
Oh yeah. No, I went to the actual.
What the
yeah.
fuck? Like, how is that allowed? How about that, internet? Like,
How about
banning
this? That
room?
this says that they want Roger Waters to die, and you can donate.
Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie was fucking stabbed. Y'all cared about that. Why don't you care
Right.
about this? This
But
still
also,
is
Donald Trump
weird-ass
made
organization.
made weird tweets and stuff. So take away his Twitter.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
people monetize it.
What goes by? Yeah, they're monetized. Fuck
Ew.
yeah, PayPal don't have any problem with that.
Andrew Tate. Nowhere. No meta.
Wow.
But this dude, I mean, this organization that's a terrorist organization.
And that is that's a NATO. That's Ukrainian NATO-backed
Correct.
civilian kill website. Eva
Correct.
Bartlett is also on that same site. Like we've seen it, so that's why I was like, "Wow, they put him on there! Holy shit!" And you don't want to really look through that website. I mean,
Please
Yeah,
don't.
it's basically
look for it.
it's
I've
like
already shared it before, and it's haunting.
it's
awful.
hateful. The
Disgusting.
it's like the Mike Pompeo of websites. Like you don't want to go there and get inside.
It's dark web related. I mean, I can't believe. I mean, I can because here we are. But
I'll put the
it
link
would not
in
be
the
allowed
stuff.
on the web
guys.
if it weren't for the war in Ukraine. Legit. Like if they didn't have the war in Ukraine, this wouldn't be available to you. That's the only reason I can imagine that they would leave.
Like
it.
how is this available but RT isn't? Like what the fuck are you?
Disgusting.
It's so fucked up. converted.
Like they relish in the murder of people, civilians.
Cheered on.
But
Yeah,
they're the good
like-
guys.
And it's Roger Waters. Like, that's just like, it's insane. Like, he's not
a threat to these people, but it's like because he has a name and because he's fucking standing for what's right and calling shit what it is, generally speaking, in a general sort of way, he's more right than he is wrong. You know what I mean? Most of the time I listen to him speak, so at least he's
And that's
informed
both
about
people.
things. And most people are most right than they are wrong, but not always. Certainly not always. Some people are
Or
just
they have
completely-
wrong sides of them, that you don't love.
or they just like don't acknowledge like facts and stuff and like just have their own narratives and stuff. People do that
Especially
all the time.
now.
Yes.
In my life too. In my fucking personal life.
Yeah.
I
Same
can't get
here,
rid
man.
of them. I'm related to them.
Yeah. I mean, it's ironic because when you're on the internet like this, people can choose to get rid of you instead of you fucking, you know what I mean? You don't have to opt to do anything. If you disagree with someone enough, they're like,
Let's
oh,
get rid of YouTube.
fuck you. And then they just go away.
Fuck YouTube.
Oh, and while we were on
sad.
Roger Waters and Assange, I just wanted to share. This is an event that is coming up that Misty Winston is putting on. And it is in October 8th at 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's Hands Off Assange. They're going to be also doing in London, they're going to be going around the prison or hand to hand. They are going to surround it with people. So this one is in Washington, D.C. It's on the same day that they are doing the other action around Belmarsh prison. So please make sure like you spread the word on this. It's happening. Super important. I think we're going to have Misty back on to talk about it too as it gets closer to it. So just, while we are in this little, don't forget.
Political prisoners subject.
Yes. All right. So there was something else?
Aw.
What?
Jenna Colby said her cat's in the hospital. Misty's cat? Which one?
Oh, one of her boys had lost a lot of weight.
Oh.
And she was taking him there. I didn't hear an update from her on what happened to him.
Well, hell. Shout out to Misty Putin's cat. I don't know. Is his name Vladimir? By any chance? No? Okay.
I don't think so. I forget what his name is.
Just checking.
That's funny.
But I hope the kitty is better with the quickness.
I love the fact, I don't know if I should say, but that Vladimir and Volodymyr are the names of the people who are at odds, allegedly.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
They have very similar names, and yet they're different.
I know. I really, really like secretly geeked out on that. Like, I don't know, fucking months ago when this all started. I'm like, wow, that's really fucking ironic. They almost have the same name. Not quite, but
It's almost like they're in the same group, but we can't see them.
Yeah.
Weffers! There's a Weff for that.
They have a WEF.
They definitely have a way for that. Yeah, we want to try to go down to that event too. I don't know how how things are going to be. We have a little bit of time. It's about probably like a 12-hour or so.
Where, DC?
Yeah.
I admire that you can like just get up and go. Like that would be the coolest thing about being able to drive is like not having to rely on like airports and shit and just getting somewhere by yourself. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, it's not a 3 day. It's not like a 3-hour. It's not like a 3-day trip to us, But yeah, it still is like 12 hours. It's a lot. Like we drive a big van, and I have to think about my disabilities and being able to, like, it's not a matter of like not wanting to go. It's a matter of being able to self accommodate myself there. If we can drive the van there, then it's great. Because the back of the van is, there's a bed. So October in that time of year, I am perfectly fine sleeping outside in my van. I can park if someone else is renting You know, we can be very self-sufficient inside the van. Like we have everything that we need to. Like we don't need an actual house.
Hippie gypsies, man.
And I have.
just think that's really cool.
But it just depends on if I can put that wear on the van, on my van, and like making sure that everything would be up to date, insurance and gas, and it's expensive to do, but if we can, then I would really like to go down there.
So you think we're gonna wrap up on YouTube so we can get into the
Yes,
nitty-gritty?
everybody, please, I'm gonna give you guys a Rumble link again, or an Odyssey link. Will you guys head over? Will you hit like whatever platform you are watching? If you don't mind hitting the like button for us, we really appreciate it. It really helps. It helps with the algorithm.
Oh my God, Bert.
Seriously. I need a window unit in the van. What do you mean a window unit? There's windows in my van. My van has windows. Oh, like an AC unit? We need a camper air conditioning unit is what we need. Yeah. All right. Can everybody head over to Rumble and Odyssey? Help us out. Oh, I know. I can show them something real quick on the way while everybody's transitioning over. I put up a couple of the paintings that I did.
Oh.
Up on the Twitters. There's my flowers that are very much vagina flowers.
Vagina flower.
Vagina flowers.
Yes.
Making sure you said that.
Yes, that's what I said. I did say that. And then there's another one that I did, which is I call them crocodilators. It's really an alligator, right? Yes, on his guitar.
Stratocaster.
Why am I doing this? I always forget my Rumble password.
Well, you should come over and say that in the mic, Steve. You should explain my painting. Because it's actually, it's a painting of a guitar. If you look at it closely, you can, that's what the round hump is in the middle there. That's actually the hole in the guitar, and then the strings are right above the alligator.
Yeah.
And Steve can explain more.
So the guitar that this was like
to Jerry Garcia.
The inspiration
guitar.
from
Grateful
was a gift from Graham Nash to Jerry Garcia of a blonde I think 56 or 57 Stratocaster, and Jerry put that sticker on it like shortly after getting it, and it's still around. Somebody won that at auction and stuff, and like all the like the Grateful Dead-y people in the scene that play Grateful Dead music and stuff like end up getting chances to play this guitar and other ones too from Garcia's collection, that a dude who bought them at auction is like sharing them with all these different bands and stuff. It's pretty cool.
So those are like a 2, I think they're 2 feet by 3 feet is how big those are, the paintings. So and then
very cute.
Oh, whoops, that was, then there's one more. Which there we go.
What were they about to eat?
I don't. What are they gonna eat, Steve? What is the alligator eating?
The alligator? I don't know. He was just out of prison on $6 bail. You tell him that.
He was just out of prison on $6 bail.
Oh, okay.
And this is the dire wolf. which a lot of
I love dire wolves. They're the best wolves.
yeah, it was about to murder some people.
I mean, that is what they do.
Yeah, that's the best banana you ever had.
So yeah, these are all paintings that I've done that I have. They're actually on my wall.
I wish I were good at painting. I was never really good at painting. I told you that before, that I tried watercolors and it was a fucking mess.
Did you see the just what that Jenna Colby did?
No.
We showed it on our thing last night. You gotta see it. Do we have it on here? Can you do you know where it is?
Oh, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
How do I find it, Steve? I don't see it. I clicked on the thing to find her thing. I don't know where to find it. Don't be mean.
It's
to
okay.
me.
I could just go look at it again.
Oh, it's under downloads. Okay. Oh, we can show the piece that we didn't show last night.
That would make more sense.
No, I can show this one. Yeah.
See you later, alligator.
So this one here is a Jenna Colby, and it's on a jean jacket. And I love it. I love the heart with the eye. Is everybody moving over to Rumble and Odyssey as we are showing some art here?
Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
It's creepy, isn't it?
It looks cursed.
It doesn't look cursed. No.
Your imagination is
to me it does.
And let me see. I can pull up the other one that we showed. That she's got some other ones that she did. Where are the other ones, Steve? I don't see them. Oh no, right here. I just didn't see them. Oh no, that's not how I wanted to open it. I want to open it this way.
That's gonna haunt my dreams.
Oh my gosh!
There's a few of them that are cool like
These you should see. Wait, do you not want to look? There's more.
But wait, there's more.
If you like Tim Burton.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm not ready. I was not ready. No. Oh my gosh, no, I can't. It's too late in the evening for this for me. I watched Ghoulies early.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, Elle's gonna be having dreams and she's gonna be like calling me.
Nope.
I love them. I want one. Like, I want one of these paintings.
I appreciate it, but I would decline looking at it.
Oh, I don't know if I can give Elle that other piece that I was working on. Remember that other piece that I was working on? I don't think I can give that to Elle. It might freak you out too much. Yeah, I like them. They remind me of fairies that would be the woodland fairies and stuff that would be in the yard and that would be.
I would watch the horror movie based on it. I would definitely watch it. I'm not mad at it. Giving a little bit of big eyes there too at the end, but yeah.
I love it. All right, everybody on the YouTube, did you guys all go over to Rumble and Odyssey? I see there's a couple people on Odyssey. We got a couple people on Rumble. Did everybody make it there? Is anybody having a hard time? Let me see. Yeah. Whoops, I hit the wrong button.
Money Pops and Haish.
Oh my God, Miguel said Jenna Colby's was the art that was showing yesterday with Peaches and Steve.
That's right. I think it might have caused Peaches.
That does make sense.
it didn't. No, that was Peaches was hanging out for hours and he got overly like, yeah. No.
I don't
He
think
was very loud.
I don't think Jenna's art enraged the Peach.
No. It was a lot of streaming. It was a long
It was
time.
a long night. He was
Very
getting
long.
ornery.
4
He
hours,
was
40
molting.
something, 7 minutes.
He's got all kinds of molting issues,
All right.
as you can imagine.
I hope that everybody has moved over to the Rumble or the Odyssey. All right. Are you YouTube people? We're going to be cutting off YouTube.
We love Fauci. Bye.
You're like the slowest getting off YouTube person.
I am slow getting off YouTube. I like to give everybody the opportunity to get off of YouTube. All right. I'm going to say bye to YouTube.
Bye, Susan. We love you not.
Bye, Susan.
I'm waving at you.
Okay. I'm removing us from YouTube. Bye, YouTube.